collect code for tonight's Facebook record sale. When you're on and watching, be sure to let us know. Sorry, we are just 15 minutes late tonight. And I did not. I only printed off one. So we're here and we're ready to sell records. I hope you're ready to buy them. Did Henry? I don't think we locked the door, did we? We did? We didn't. Okay, let me get this shared. Welcome everybody. Let's get this shared in a whole lot of records. Those, boom, boom, boom. Let's get this link copied. And first and foremost, let me share it here. And sorry we're a few minutes late, but y'all were, it builds up the anticipation. Done. There's that. Let me share this with Sean. Let's see. Okay. Could everybody reply? Anybody that comments on our post, I always go through and reply and send them a link. Like, here you go. I know you're watching now. Or at least maybe you'll click on it and then maybe watch something, right? Let's see here. Let me find my post I made. So welcome. I've had an eventful day. I've spent most of my day at a bank, it seems like, and on another Zoom call, and after about 4 hours sleep. But I'm here and I'm selling. So everybody said today's payday. It's a good day to have this. Did everybody get paid today? Did everybody get paid? Everybody's like, hey, it's payday. You knew what you were doing. And I was like, so everybody's got paid. Good. Okay. There's that. Let me reply to this person right quick. Let's see. Okay, now let's get this shared on YouTube, or let's share the YouTube link to Instagram. I hadn't done that all week. This is the first show we've had all week where I've shared had a hot picture. First time all week where I've shared a link or made a hot picture. So Jerry Wallace retires on March 29th. Congratulations. I'll never retire. It's not in my blood. All right, let me pull up chat. Okay. Boom. I can see everybody's comments now, officially. So it is Friday night. If you haven't already, please go ahead and share the feed. If you're watching on Facebook, welcome. There's a button that says an arrow. It looks like an arrow. You hit that, and it's going to give you a lot of options to share. If you know some group you can share this in, that'd be great as long as they allow it. Number two, please make sure you share it to your personal page for sure. You're definitely allowed to do that on your own will. Second of all, be sure you share it to some friends maybe. I think you can send it via direct message. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, there's another way to share without really sharing. You know, you can share the link, you can copy that, but that's not necessary. We'd appreciate it, but if you just hit the thumbs up button and make sure you're subscribed to our channel. I've only done just a few YouTube videos this week, but we have probably now hundreds on there where we go live every night and sometimes 2 times a night, and they automatically upload to YouTube. So there is there's a lot to do that, a lot to share and help us out. Sorry, I'm also always first part of the show. I'm never thinking straight because I'm talking and reading comments, but that's about to change. Let me go put up one of our newest crates of new vinyl. One of our newest crates of new vinyl is, that's both his, Jason's. Tanner's already moved them over here for me. Is it all in this one crate? Okay, we've got all of our new vinyl tonight in one crate. So yes, I bought a collection of, well, I'll put it this way. I've got a batch of hair metal records, and I think that's why a lot of people are very excited about tuning in tonight. About everything that was pictured, definitely everything that was pictured will be put up for auction. We'll get through them at some point tonight. We'll auction all those. I've probably got about 20 or 30 more. We'll run them 2 at a time. It'll probably take several hours. I promise if there's one of those 16 you saw on Facebook you really want, they'll be put up for auction, and then I've got a couple more surprises. So that you hadn't seen. No one else has seen them, and that's what's going on. So first thing we've got is, Jerry Stone, you have a copy of 80s Collected Volume 2. If not, can I get on a waiting list? 80s Collected Volume 2. I have Motown Chartbusters. No, I do not have that. Looks like somebody bought my copy of the other thing I had in here too. No, there's one classic rock collected. I'll show that in just a second. Okay. Hello, Liam. Hello, Michael Nath. Everybody else that's recently commented. First thing for tonight is a Metallica Hardwired to Self-Destruct box set. Metallica Hardwired to Self-Destruct Deluxe Edition, $69.99, $69.99, featuring Hardwired, Moth into Flame, Atlas Rise. Contains 380-gram LPs with bonus CD, lithograph set, and 8 button pack. So I've never had this before. It's the Metallica Hardwired box set. That is $69.99 if anybody's interested in that. We have, for the first time, I can show these live and say we actually have them on hand. That is the Black Crowes presents Shake Your Moneymaker Live. If you're on a waiting list, I've got everybody claimed. These are the ones I have available for sale right now. This is 2LP green vinyl. It comes with a bonus 7-inch, also on green vinyl. And that is the entire classic Shake Your Moneymaker album live. And then the other LP is the continuation of that concert with them doing their other hits. So if you don't have one of those already, this has been our best seller of the week by far. The Black Crowes present Shake Your Moneymaker Live. That is $44.99. 2LP green vinyl. Hope everybody has one of those. New release. And here's the other new release. U2 Songs of Surrender. U2 Songs of Surrender. This is the indie exclusive. I was able to get this, so I've already showed all the pre-order list and all that, and we had a couple people on a waiting list. This is the white vinyl. This is the white vinyl, opaque white vinyl. That's $49.99. U2 Songs of Surrender. Jeff Helton, first sale of the night. Black Crowes, Shake Your Moneymaker. That is sold to Jeff Helton. Jerry Stone wants on the waiting list for 80s Collected Volume 2. We'll do that. Brent Rabley wants a U2 Songs of Surrender. White vinyl. I've got one of those left. Now, who was asking me last night or the night before for Paul's Boutique? I don't think we got down your name, but I remembered in my mind to order it. And this is Paul's Boutique, Beastie Boys, $38.99. Whoever that is, I'll hold one for you for sure. But I do have 3 copies to sell tonight. John Sheehan's going to grab the other U2. I did not order any of the 4 LPs. No, I did not, Boontar. I probably need to, but if you want one, let me know or message a page. We can get you a price. But I just ordered the 2 LP on white vinyl. We're going to go ahead and put Dennis Nelson down for a Beastie Boys. I don't know if it was Dennis that asked for this. I want to think it was somebody else, but I got a couple. Maybe I can find that in the comments later, or maybe they'll hop on and see that we have them. Stained. It's been a while. This is a live from Foxwoods 2019. Like I said the other night, I heard the Stained song. Let's see here. It's been a while. Yeah, that's the name of it. I heard that and I was like, wow, I don't think I've had any of their records in a long time. Then I found out that none of their stuff is on vinyl. So this is the only thing, like, if you go to order a lot of artists, it's not, you really can't get them. You got to back order. You can't even order anything by Stained. So that's the only thing in print. It's a 2 LP live. $38.99. $38.99. 10 years after, A Space in Time. 10 years after, A Space in Time. That is $38.99. That is the 50th anniversary indie exclusive, which is the limited edition clear vinyl. That's a half-speed master at Abbey Road Studios. Classic 10 Years After album with Alvin Lee. Michael Nath wants Stained. By the way, I do have a wait list for some of these I've already showed. 10 Years After, Susie Breedlove, I've already got one pulled for you. Paul Brothers, I've got a Stained pull for you. And the other stuff I hadn't shown yet. Kevin Dokesey wants a 10 Years After. That's the new release date was today. Clear vinyl, that's the indie exclusive. They do make it on black vinyl as well. That's not the indie exclusive. Silverchair, a new version of Neon Ballroom on colored vinyl. Limited edition, 3,000 individually numbered copies on yellow vinyl. Yellow vinyl. That is $49.99. Scott Smith also wants a 10 Years After. Does Michael Nath have a Black Crowes? How about this? How about I set one aside for you and we'll write check before we key that in so we don't give you two of them on your invoice. Because I don't really know and we don't have everything key in and we may not have everything keyed in until Saturday night. James Bragg first on Silverchair. Now Jason Kenton, I don't know if you're watching Jason, but there's 4 new Silverchair releases coming out. They're doing 3 more singles, and they're doing this album in this week and next week. And Jason, I've got you down for a Neon Ballroom, and I've got you down for the single, which I think I got an extra copy in here somewhere. Yeah, it's about to come up. All right, so Jason, I've got you down for those. James Bragg, the Stained and the Black Crowes, those have already come in. So, yeah. This is the 3rd night I've showed the Black Crowes. So, we had a list last night of some more that even came in. So, we had a big pre-order. Then we showed it. Then we had another list come in. And then now we've got tonight. So, this is the 4th time, including the pre-order, that this has been offered for sale. That's how many times I've went through I've been ordering them 10 and 15 at a time. So, I've sold 50 or 60 of these, I reckon. That's $44.99 for the Black Crowes. That's been a big seller. And I think Jeff McIntosh wants one. And I'm assuming he don't. So if you get your invoice and if we've accidentally double tagged that one twice, just let us know. So we have one Silverchair left. The new Dropkick Murphys, which is on red and black, I think, splatter vinyl. This is Dropkick Murphys Blackout, $28.99 for Dropkick Murphys Blackout, $28.99. Here's the other new Silverchair. I've only got one. This is Anthem for the Year 2000. This is number 9 in a series of 11. So I think they're doing 10 and 11 next week. Limited to 1,000 on silver vinyl. If anybody's interested in getting this whole set, I think most of them are still available, but that is $39.99. $39.99. Let's see. Brandon's here for the extra long Porter Wagner. You missed some last night in the half off bin. Porter was half off. You missed it. Let's see here. Tax time. James Bragg, I know exactly what you mean. That's what I've been dealing with all week. That's why a lot of these shows have been weak. It's tax time for business owners. It's a headache. Silverchair, let's give one to Jeff Helton and let's put Daymars on the waiting list. I didn't get a notification for the show. That's not good. That's not good. Daymars, I'm trying to say that name better. I'm sure I've been saying Daymars. I'm trying to get in the habit of saying Daymars. So let me put you down for one of those on a wait list if that's okay. They dropped 9, 10, 11 together. Okay, maybe we hadn't got the other ones yet. I probably won't get them till next week. One of my distributors, these imports, it's usually a week later after the release date. So that's what's going on with that. Monica wants a Zarapa and a Maroon 5. Okay, Maroon 5 is right here. It's $36.99. I think, Monica, did you comment on one of the live posts we have? If so, then that's so. If I won't put you down for another one of those. I know I hadn't tagged you yet, but if you're a first-time buyer, thank you and welcome. Make sure you message our page. That's Collect Co. We need a message from you with your email address and your mailing address. Your email address and your mailing address. And there's a random Titanic soundtrack over here in the Prince. Titanic was over here in the Prince section, Doug. That don't really go together, does it? Not in my opinion. No. Doug says no Titanic and Prince. That don't work together. All right, so let me go Let me go right over here. So we got Daymares on the waiting list for Silverchair 2000. There's Monica's Maroon 5 and U2. Let's see here. And Greg wants a Black Crowes and a Beastie Boys. Black Crowes and a Beastie Boys. What a duo. Those are sold and sold. Okay, now there's 2 new Flamin' Lips albums out this week. Here's number 1, or new reissues, I guess. No, first time on vinyl. Yeah, Flamin' Lips Fight Test, $31.99. I have 2 of them. 7 Yoshimi era tracks, originally released in 2013. Pressed on ruby red vinyl. That is $31.99. $31.99. I have 2 of those. Dropkick Murphys is $28.99. $28.99. The Dixie Chicks Fly, $38.99. I think Doug may be the biggest Prince fan I've ever met. Doug is a major Prince fan. Dixie Chicks Fly, $38.99. Paul Brothers, I've got you down for 1. I've got 2 others. Mark Pfeiffer wants a Dropkick Murphy. Colin Butler and Brent Rabley gets the Flamin' Lips Fight Test. If anybody else wants one of these, it will now be a waiting list. So let me know if you want on that waiting list. Those are sold and sold. I've got another one, but let me give that a second. I'm going to show the very popular Stevie Ray Vaughan Reading Festival. Joe Sandiego. Joe Sandiego. I hadn't said your name in a while, but you were on a waiting list if you're watching or you can hear me. I've got Stevie Ray Vaughan, the Reading Festival 1983, plus Manchester and 88 UK broadcast. So that's some live Stevie Ray. I see Voodoo Child and Pride and Joy and Texas Flood. That's $36.99 if you don't already have that live Stevie Ray Vaughan. That is an unofficial from 1983 and Manchester and UK broadcast from 88. Jerry Stone wants a Dixie Chicks and Brent Rabley wants a Stevie Ray Vaughan. Those are sold and sold. 1 Stevie Ray Vaughan left. I got 2 more Flamin' Lips. That's the other new one. Ego Tripping. First time on vinyl. 7 Yoshimi era tracks, originally released in 2003. This is on dark green vinyl. I've been getting into some of the Flamin' Lips stuff. They've been a lot of people ask about it lately. Colin Butler on that one. Let's see if Brent Rabley gets that one as well. Those are new releases, $31.99. And Brent Rabley also takes that one. If anybody wants waiting list, let me know. Greg Rogers takes the Stevie Ray Vaughan. Sell that to Greg Rogers. Was there a comment? Did I miss something else in here? I don't know if I did or not. Let's see here. Oh, by the way, so the Dolly Funkos are in. We had 32 pre-orders, and so I had to order a factory case of these, which is 36. These come in. If you want a factory case, I actually get a little bit of a price break, like a quarter, if I order 36 of them. So it's good when I have that many pre-orders for a lot of reasons. But these were actually allocated. I think we got 3 last week, and I've got 17 more that came in yesterday. So there'll be a lot more people see one of these on their invoice this week, but I still have 20. There's still 12 people that I don't have one for yet. But I was assured that they're coming. So this was a very popular Funko. By the way, if you missed the Megadeths, they're in. But if anybody wants on the waiting list, this is quite popular. This is the Dolly Parton Funko. And I don't know if it has an actual pattern. No, I don't give it a name or anything. She's just in like an orange and silver jumpsuit, and she's holding her banjo. Those are $14.99. We had a lot of people already pre-order one. If anybody else wants on that list for whenever the rest comes in, please let me know. Because if everybody got one that's posted right now, I'd still have 3 or 4 extras. But I definitely need them for the store. This will be something we sell the heck out of here locally. So, Dolly Parton Funko. There's evidently more coming out, but these are kind of what they called, I think embargo may be the word. I can really see what's coming out in the future for Funkos, but they don't show us pictures, and they really don't tell us release dates. These are kind of top secret almost. So we're kind of notified when we can release information on them, or really my distributor can. So I think there's more coming out, but they don't really know what they're going to look like. It's just like, I know there's a Ronnie James Dio coming out next week that I've ordered, and I just found out about it like last week. Maybe I'm just not on top of it. I don't know, but these Funkos are getting quite popular. So If anybody wants on those waiting lists, let me know. We'll take down your name. I'm probably going to go ahead and order even more because we'll be selling them all year. So I'm probably going to order a bunch more. Okay, I have a waiting list for Queen Elizabeth. I didn't realize she would be that popular. Those are already back ordered and we're waiting for more to come in. Okay, will you discount that Sad Lonely Sublime? Let's see. I usually don't have any problems selling Sublime. This here, my best price on this would be $42, and that's my absolute best price. That's $44.99, and I never discount new vinyl. Mark on the Dolly waiting list, Brent, Ron Stoltz, Chris Gleason, Joe Willinger, Joseph, and next record. Metallica, Live in the City of Brotherly Love. This is a red vinyl, live Metallica unofficial, $44.99, and we had Chris DeMoss on a waiting list for that. Chris DeMoss, I have you on a waiting list. This is a live Metallica. Like I think we determined that was, what, mid-late 90s maybe by the haircuts and the attire. $44.99. $44.99. Jimmy on the Queen Elizabeth wait list, Kiss Funkos. Yeah, those are low production. What they do is they take some things out of production, but for the most part, you just kind of have to wait till they literally remanufacture them. So some things, though, they do take out of production. Let me go over here and grab our first crate of auctions, which is going to be a lot of the stuff I posted on Facebook. Let me grab and put those right here. I'll put some things up. Let's do Kingdom Come, and yeah, I'm probably going to auction everything in here. Let's do Kingdom Come, which was not in there, and then I'll put something up that was not that was on the Facebook post, like our very popular Rat. So, and Tanner, I'm going to just put these in new sleeves after we auction them. So I'm not going to reuse these ones they're in. All brand new sleeves. Okay, these are going to be $25 starts. And, yeah, these are going to be $25 starts. Before I do that, let me see what else is going in here. Sean on Funko. I think, Sean, do you want a Dolly Funko? Is that right? And Sublime, Colin said he'll take Sublime for $42. Okay, so first two auctions. I think I said $20 or $25 starts. Can't quite remember. Kingdom Come. Now, I bought these from a very serious collector, one of our own customers, and he grades with the old VG++ means near mint minus. There's a lot of people who grade VG++, and that means it's a really nice looking record, something we would call EX+. So by his grading, to me, these are EX+ to near mint minus records. And so when I was looking at those grades, that's what I figured. I see a lot of people on Discogs, because Discogs really don't use, they jump from VG+ to near mint minus when you select a grade on Discogs. So there's actually something missing there by old record grading standards. There's a grade called EX that's missing that we use that I think they have faded out over the years, but I've been using it since I've been dealing in records. So these are very clean copies. I don't think I'm going to have any of these that are check condition. So if I'm putting up a record tonight, it's going to be somewhere better than VG+, probably EX or so. So these are very clean, very nice. So we have Rat out of the cellar. This is Richard said he's very conservative. Yes, and that's why most people do that. They don't want to overgrade anything. But as y'all know, we try our best to, we have to sell records so fast, and y'all really can't see them in person. I try to, figure that out. So, okay, Rat out of the cellar. This is a $25 start, and we have, or 20, whatever I said, and then Kingdom Come, that's a $20 start. And Rat out of the cellar has the original Atlantic inner sleeve. All right, Kingdom Come, let's see. Kingdom Come is in this white inner sleeve here. Those are now up for bid. Okay, let's see here. VG+ near mint, essentially the same. Yeah, so I guess, I don't know. That's why grading is subjective, right? I think most people who watch our shows, they've kind of understand our system by now. Texas Flood, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Texas Flood, $36.99, $36.99. Essentially, we've added an EX in between VG Plus and Near Mint Minus. So that's what I've always used. Metallica, Woodstock 1994. This is Metallica, Woodstock 1994. And the Socrates New York broadcast 1994. That should also be on colored vinyl, but don't hold me to that one. That is Metallica, Woodstock 1994. That's $44.99. Texas Flood was $36.99. And I've got another Stevie Ray Vaughan that we haven't had in a while. This is Robert Cray Band and Stevie Ray Vaughan. Robert Cray Band and Stevie Ray Vaughan, $33.99. $33.99. Old Jam, New Blood, Redo Club Dallas, 1987. $33.99 on that. Okay, we got 2 auctions going. That was our first crate of new vinyl tonight. Let me recap that right quick, and I'll get everybody updated on our bids and our auctions. The Black Crowes present Shake Your Moneymaker Live. That's a 2LP green vinyl, $44.99. I've got 4 or 5 of those left, depending on who else needs one. Paul's Boutique, The Beastie Boys, $38.99. We have 1 copy left of Stained. It's Been a While, $38.99. The new Silverchair that's on yellow vinyl from Music on Vinyl, $49.99. Dixie Chicks Fly, $38.99. We have Metallica, City of Brotherly Love, live, unofficial, $44.99. Stevie Ray Vaughan, Texas Flood, $36.99. Metallica, $44.99. And Robert Cray and Stevie Ray Vaughan, $33.99. And Mike Vandergents wants one of these. Mike Vandergents wants one of these. Okay, so we have Rat 25, Rat 25, Kingdom Come 25, Rat 26, Rat 35, Rat 27, Rat 25, Rat 30, Kingdom Come 30, Kingdom Come 31. Never used to be a near mint. It was VG minus, VG, VG plus, near mint, and mint. John didn't even use EX. Kansas City 31, or excuse me, Kansas City. Kingdom Come 31. I was reading a football score. Dan Triaga, Kansas City, 31 points. Mike Vandergensel, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Tommy Green wants a Black Crowes live. Brent Rabley wants one of the Stevie Ray Vaughan and Robert Cray lives. UJ Miller on the Metallica 94. That's sold to UJ Miller. And Michael Nath gets the last Stevie Ray Vaughan and Robert Cray, $33.99 on that. So, not much left. Texas Flood, Metallica, Dixie Chicks, Silverchair, Stain, Paul's Boutique, and Black Crowes. Darren, I think you messaged the page, but we don't have that pulled for you yet. So let me do that live right here so I know you're getting one. Darren wants a Red Hot Chili Pepper Stadium Arcadium, and this is $99.99. That's sold to Darren. If anybody else wants one, I've got 1 left. And let's do our first crate of new vintage vinyl for tonight. And then I'll get everybody updated. I think Kingdom Come was at 31. Joe Willinger wants a Black Crowes. I think Kingdom Come is at 31. And that leaves I've lost my train of thought. I forgot what I was saying. I saw WVU Mounties. He put TF and BC. That's Black Crowes, and TF was what was TF? I got TF and BC. BC usually means Black Crowes. And Jerry, I do not have that Miley Cyrus in stock right now, but I can get that for you. WVU Mounties, let me know what TF was. That's the only one I'm not seeing right now. Okay, let's see what John's got us with new vintage stuff. John Thomas is our #1 record pricer. He works for us about 5 or 6 days a week. He prices stuff in the back all day long, and he has it ready for me whenever I walk in. It's ready to go, and I kind of flip through it for the first time. I go out and buy all these, but that's about it. And then I don't see them again until I'm live here selling on the sale. This looks like a pretty interesting batch of records, so I don't know what to do with all these blues records. There's a bunch right here. Let me see what this is. We might pull a couple of these out to auction and win the hair metal. You know, without blues, there would be no hair metal. I know that's kind of hard to think, but it's true. Okay. I'm going to pull out this one sealed Muddy Waters. I'm just going to leave the rest of them in there. We got a lot of other stuff to auction tonight. So, okay. Texas Flood. TF, Texas Flood. Gotcha. Sorry, my brain doesn't always get those abbreviations. WV Mounties on Texas Flood. Kingdom Come 33, Kingdom Come 35, Kingdom Come 40, and Dan's out on Kingdom Come. So update on our auctions before we get started on this bin. Make sure I didn't miss anything. We got Joe Willinger, Black Crows. Thank you, John Young. We can thank a lot of the grading to John Thomas. He's also been a record collector for 30 years or 40 years. So he does all of our grading. He knows what he's doing. That's why I hired him. I convinced him to actually leave one of his jobs to come work for me. So Rat, high bid on Rat is, I have Ron Stoltz at $30. No, Michelle was at $35. High bid on Rat is Michelle Phillips at $35. Very clean copy. You're going to be hearing me say that a lot. Clean is also a record grade. That means not a lot of marks. Very shiny, glossy vinyl. Very well taken care of. So 35 on Rat, and high bid on Kingdom Come is 40 with Chris Gleason. And I have notes on all these. If you want to know the pressing or information, I've got it. Rat, of course, is a 1984 OG, and then Kingdom Come's an 88 OG. Old Man Records. This is full of it, Carol. This is full of old man records. Like the best of Merle Haggard. This is actually sealed. This is sealed for $24.99. $24.99 on the best of Merle Haggard. Johnny Winter, White Hot and Blue. Johnny Winter is $19.99. The Blues, Volume 1. This is actually sealed. Some of the shrink wrap is torn on the front and back, but that's sealed. The Best of the Blues, Volume 1, $29.99. An introduction and instruction method for playing the blues harmonica. Blues harp. That is $19.99 by Tony Littleson Glover. And Wizards from the South Side, $19.99. Howlin' Wolf, Muddy Waters, Sonny Boy Williamson, Bo Diddley, Little Walter, and John Lee Hooker. Let me go grab a bottle of water before I start tagging this crate. We're going to be busy tonight. I can already get a feel of it. Luckily, I'm already well stocked on food. I had Demas's again tonight. I got a to-go order to eat during the break. So I'm ready. I just need water. I haven't had enough today. Okay. First claim. First, Rats at 37. Final call on Kingdom Come at 40. Rats at 37. Final call on Kingdom Come at 40. Toby Graham was first to MH, which was the sealed Merle Haggard. Michael Nath on Blues, which I'm assuming was for the Blues Volume 1, sealed. That was Michael Nath. Number 3 was Mike Vandergits on Johnny Winter. Calvin, you were second to the sealed Blues that Michael Nath got, and Michael Nath was first on Wizards. Ron's out on Rat. Mike was second on Wizards. Pam was third. Calvin was fourth. Matthew was fifth. Doc was sixth. Greg, you were second on Merle Haggard, and Michelle is at 38 on Rat. The only thing left is Blues Harp. Instruction for Blues Harp. That's sold to Mike Vandergits. Clean sweep on those. Little Joe Blue, Dirty Work Going On, $14.99. Little Joe Blue, Dirty Work Going On, $14.99. High bid on Rat is $38, and Kingdom Come is like 30 seconds from being sold. Michael Nath first on Joe. Mike Vandergits was second. Rat is at $38 with Michelle Phillips. This is our first two auctions of the night for the metal and hair metal stuff. I've got a full crate of it to run through. Blues Avalanche, recorded live at Montreux Jazz Festival, Switzerland. That is Bo Diddley, Muddy Waters, Coco Taylor, and T-Bo Walker, $19.99. $19.99. BC Records presents Get Back to Toronto. This looks like a Beatles bootleg. It is $39.99. Mike Vandergits looks like he's first to Blues Avalanche, then Michael Nath, then Robert Johnson, then Calvin Ward, then Matthew Knight. Let's go ahead and sell Kingdom Come. That one's all done at $40 to Chris Gleason. Chris gets the Kingdom Come for $40. Okay, while we're showing Blues records in the crate, let's put this Muddy Waters up for bid. I think we had didn't we have a John Lee Hooker like this the other night? It was sealed. This is Muddy Waters Blues Masterworks, 24 tracks, 2 LP sealed, and that's a $35 start. That's up for auction. Final call on Rat as well. We're about to sell that for $38, and Susie Stained was $38.99. Neil Young, $34.99. American Stars and Bars. This one's actually in shrink wrap with hop sticker, $34.99. The Road is $24.99. Karma Sutra label. The Road, $24.99. Self-titled. Leo Kottke, the best of Leo Kottke. 2LP, $24.99. Muddy Waters is at $50, and new bid on Rat at $39. Heart Magazine Picture Disc, $39.99 on Heart Magazine Picture Disc, $39.99. Blues Magoo's Psychedelic Lollipop. This is $34.99 for Psychedelic Lollipop. The cover is VG minus. It does have some seam splits and some noticeable wear. The vinyl is not bad whatsoever. $34.99 on Psychedelic Lollipop by the Blues Magoo's. 1910 Fruit Gum Company, Hard Ride, The Train. That's a sealed copy for $29.99. And The Lonely Boys, $19.99. Lonely Boys, 1980. High bid on Rat is now $40 with Bob Madine, and Michael Nath is at $50 on Muddy Waters, going twice, going 3 times. No other bids on Muddy Waters soon. I'm going to end that. We have, what do we have here? It's $39.99. It is the Ansley Dubnar Retaliation on Pop Blues. Interesting. $39.99. Mike's at $55 on Muddy Waters. The Illusion, $24.99 on The Illusion. Original soundtrack to The Magic Christian with Peter Sellers and Ringo Starr, featuring Come and Get It, written by Paul McCartney and then performed also by Badfinger. $24.99. Is it actually performed by Badfinger on here? Let's see here. So Paul McCartney actually played Come and Get It on here? I guess so. $24.99 for the Magic Christian soundtrack. Link Ray, $99.99 from 1971. Link Ray, self-titled. Has the fold-out cover with like his head. It's got a little bit of a tear right there. Cover's in about VG condition. I can show you the vinyl if you want to. It's $99.99. It's Badfinger. That's what I thought. I was going to say, I've never heard McCartney actually do that unless that was only on that soundtrack. So, 60 on Muddy Waters, and Rat was at 40. Final call with Bob Madine at $40. Superfly, Curtis Mayfield, $24.99. Haven't had one of these in a while. Does have some cover damage on the back. That is $24.99 for Superfly. Superfly. Bessie Smith, the world's greatest blues singer, $29.99. Bessie Smith, the world's greatest blues singer. Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band live, $75 to $85. That is $24.99. Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, $24.99. Pam Dickens first on Superfly. We have Mike Vandergits first on Bessie. Michael Nath was second. Where are we at on Muddy Waters? Michael Nath's at 60. Let me know if you're in or out, Mike Vandergits, on the Muddy Waters for 60. And Rat, Bob Madine's at $40. No one else has bid. I'm about to sell it to him. No one else has really said out except Michelle. The La Bamba soundtrack, $19.99. Nat King Cole, The Golden Library Collection, $26.99. 1, 2, 3, 4 LP compilation of Nat King Cole, $26.99. Freddie King, Woman Across the River, $49.99. 1973, Freddie King, Woman Across the River, near mint. Very nice copy. Jackie Lomax, Is This What You Want? $24.99. That's on the Apple label. Jackie Lomax. And Frigid Pink is $54.99. 1970 Waddell Press. Frigid Pink, $54.99. What a nice copy. Frigid Pink. Mike Vandergits first to the Freddie King. Tim Holloway first on the La Bamba soundtrack. Freddie King on Mike Vandergits and Tim Holloway on La Bamba. We're also going to end 2 auctions. Rat is sold to Bob Madine for $40. And we have Blues Masterworks sold to Michael Nath for $60. And Tanner, any of these like metal records, we'll just put them in new sleeves after the fact. I'm probably going to sell everything I had on Facebook first. Probably sell those on Facebook first, and then well, probably one at a time, and then I'll pull something new from the back that probably y'all haven't seen yet. So let's do that. Okay, first is Docking, Back for the Attack. Is going to be a $30 start. Sleeve is about VG Plus with this corner crease. I'll show that to you. Other than that, it's a really nice jacket. No saw marks or anything. And the record is exceptionally nice. 1987. This is a $30 start. Docking, Back for the Attack. So this is a new inner sleeve. We've got it in. See the vinyl there? That's going to be EX Plus to Near Mint Minus. There's the original inner sleeve. Here's the cover. One corner crease here. Maybe a bump down here. Other than that, very nice glossy jacket. That is a $30 start for Docking, Back for the Attack. The next record is going to be Accept, Metal Heart. Accept, also overall, very clean record. 1985, $20 start on Accept, Metal Heart. $20 start on Accept, Metal Heart. Very clean. That one looks very nice. More so Near Mint Minus. It's got a corner bump here. Other than that, being pretty picky showing you all the details on these jackets tonight, as you probably do want to know. There's the original inner sleeve. Has some tape on the seams. That's a $20 start. So I'm going to do everything on Facebook first, and then there's probably enough where we'll be able to keep two going probably almost all night. So if you're around for the metal and hair metal, tonight's your night. We've already showed Jackie Lomax in Frigid Pink. Klaatu. Klaatu is $19.99. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. I did. Michael Nath wants the blues harp at the beginning of the crate, which is, where is it? That's already sold. Mike Vandergent's got that. Yeah, that's already sold. Bids on both auctions are rolling. Let me go ahead and show Talk Talk, It's My Life. That's a 12-inch single, $19.99 in shrink wrap. It looks like it's unplayed. It's My Life. The 20th anniversary of Rock and Roll, Bo Diddley. Never seen that one before. $29.99. Bo Diddley, the 20th anniversary of Rock and Roll. The V15 Type 5, Shure Audio Obstacle Course. Is this like some kind of sonically test your system type record maybe? That's sealed, $24.99. Original soundtrack to Hair, $24.99. Hair's $24.99. Mike Vanderkent's first on Bo Diddley. Dawkins at $39 and Accept's at $40. I got Jared Benoit at $40 on Accept, and I got Dawkins at $39. Dawkins at $39 and Accept at $40. Eric Clapton, Money and Cigarettes, $34.99 for Eric Clapton, Money and Cigarettes. Michael Nath first on Hair. Fleetwood Mac, Bare Trees. Bare Trees is $24.99. Fleetwood Mac, Bare Trees, $24.99. Rockpile, Seconds of Pleasure. Rockpile, $19.99. Muddy Waters, Hard Again. Muddy Waters is $29.99. Good old Muddy Waters. Big Brother and the Holding Company. Cheap Thrills, Janis Joplin. Very clean copy, not the original label, but a very nice reissue of that. $34.99. Mike Vandergent's first to Muddy Waters. Alan second. John third. Michael fourth. Matthew sixth. Doc seventh. Kevin eighth. Sly and the Family Stone. There's a riot going on. $24.99 for Sly and the Family Stone. And John says it does have some seam splits. Yep, there is some seam splits on the top and the bottom. Very nice vinyl though. That album is prone to being usually beat up. Joe Sloop first on Rockpile. Final call on these two auctions. Accept, $40. Dockin, $39. That's the last call. Doc Smith first to Sly and the Family Stone. The Who, live at Leeds, $39.99 with all 12 documents. Complete with all 12 documents. The Who, $39.99, live at Leeds. Steve Miller Band, Anthology. This one's $29.99. Has a little bit of a cover damage there. Some ring wear. Vinyl's very nice. $29.99 Steve Miller Band. C.W. McCall's Greatest Hits, which is Convoy, and that is $14.99 for C.W. McCall's Greatest Hits. Introducing the Iceman's Band. That is $19.99. Jerry Butler presents the Iceman's Band. And we have Alice Cooper, Special Forces, with a gigantic gold stamp promo sticker on the front. $26.99 for Alice Cooper Special Forces. All right, Dockin is sold for $39 to Kevin Scott, and Jared Benoit gets accept for $40. Those are sold and sold. Let's do another rat. Where's all the rats? Let's do Invasion, and let's pull something out of the back here, which is Rush. Uh-oh. Rush isn't hair metal, but this record came out from the era when it was very popular. So we have, lay these up here. Okay, let's do the rat first. This is got the original inner sleeve with it. This is going to be a $35 start for Rat, Invasion of Your Privacy. Super clean copy. Rat, Invasion of Your Privacy. There's the original inner sleeve. There's the cover. $35 start for Rat, Invasion of Your Privacy. And we've got Rush, Grace Under Pressure. Rush, Grace Under Pressure. This also has the original inner sleeve. This cover is probably truly a VG Plus. Has some sticker residue there. It looks like somebody put tape on the inside of the lip seam there. And this record is about, it's pretty nice. EX, we'll call this one EX Plus or better. Rush, Grace Under Pressure. $20 start on that. $20 start on Rush, Grace Under Pressure. That looked very nice. It looked closer to EX Plus side, maybe even near mint minus. Cover is, probably because of the tape, automatically goes to VG. Still presents very well. No seam splits or anything. Okay, Doc Smith. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Doc Smith wants Jerry Butler Presents. Rats at $38. And condition on Alice Cooper Special Forces. No condition notes on the vinyl. Cover's about VG Plus. I see some sticker residue, some minor shelf wear, and the vinyl is exceptionally nice. $26.99. Bruce Springsteen, Tunnel of Love is $19.99. And Electronic Music, Volume 4. Electronic Music, Volume 4. That is $14.99, 1970 UK. What year is the Rat? That's 1985, OG. Rat is 85 OG. I can't get a hold of these last ones. Camel, a live record. Uh-oh. I was supposed to hold Camel for somebody. I forgot to tell John. Who's our Camel buyer? $44.99 for Camel, a live record. 2 LP, near mint Camel. Antonio Carlos Jobim, Tide, is $19.99. And an original soundtrack recording to Ralph Nelson's Lilies of the Field by Sidney Poitier. $19.99. Okay, Rat 39, Rat 40, Rat 41. Chris Wood Sr. is our lone bidder on Rush, Grace Under Pressure. Chris Wood's at $20 on that. Distant Early Warning, Red Sector A. I love this one, The Body Electric. This is a great album. Yeah, the cover's about VG. The vinyl was very nice, though. Chris, just $20 on that. Rat 4041, Joe Barrios on EM. That's electronic music for Joe Barrios. And I'm going to run through these titles one more time. If you need prices, let me know. I'm just going to read through the titles. By the way, somebody asked about Cinderella. If you want me to put something up for bid that you saw on Facebook, let me know so I can run them on the next batch. Final call on Rush, though, and final call on Rat. I'm going to read through these titles. If you want a price, let me know. Get Back to Toronto. That's a Beatles unofficial. Neil Young, American Stars and Bars. The Road. Leo Kottke. Heart Magazine. Psychedelic Lollipop. 1910 Fruit Gum Company. The Lonely Boys. The Ansley Dunbar Retaliation. The Illusion. The Magic Christian Soundtrack. Link Ray. $99.99 on Link Ray. Bruce Springsteen Live, that is tracks. You know, he had the 5 LP box set. This is a compilation of tracks from that. $24.99. Nat King Cole, Jackie Lomax, Frigid Pink. Surprised no one got that. That's such a nice copy. Klaatu, Talk Talk, the V5, the V15 Type V, or Type 5, however that's read, the V15 Type V or Type 5. Fleetwood Mac still available. Cheap Thrills, The Who with all the documents. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, this is complete. It has all the extra inserts with it. Has like replicas of their contracts, their set list, a picture of the band. It has the Maximum R&B poster. It has their Woodstock contract. Has all these extra documents, and that is complete. And it's on the original Decca. Not a bad sleeve either. That's $39.99. The Who Live at Leeds. Hard to find one of those complete. Usually people took out the Maximum R&B poster and had that hung up on their wall. Michael Nath on Blues Ansley. That is right here. That's sold to Michael Nath. Scott Smith on WL, which was Link Ray, I believe. Sell that to Scott Smith. Is that right? Link Ray. Alan Johnson on V15. He said he'd give 20 on that one. Let me see what that record is. I may sell that to you just so I don't have to figure out what it is. Sell that to Alan Johnson for $20. That's going to be an offer price. Eddie Praseer on The Who. Alvo Dabney's going to get the Frigid Pink. Mike Langford, I just sold it. And before I finish the crate, let me go ahead and end these auctions. Rat is sold to Trevin Price. Trevin, if you're a first-time buyer, you just won this auction. That's yours for $41. Please make sure you message our page. We did a message with your email address and your mailing address. Your email address and your mailing address. We will invoice you on Monday. We're having another sale tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. We're going to do this all over again. And you can continue to add to your order tonight, tomorrow night, and then your $7 shipping will end. And we will invoice you on Monday. Chris Wood Sr. is the lone bidder, and he gets Rush at $20. I can't remember the last time I put a Rush record up and it sold for opening bid. That's incredible. I'll tell y'all, for some reason, this one is like, I don't know. It's not I don't have any trouble selling them, but this one just don't call as much hype, does it, Tanner? I don't know what's wrong with that album. I think it's great. Of course, I've never heard a bad Rush record. Never. All right, so here's what's left. Steve Miller Band Anthology, C.W. McCall's Greatest Hits, Alice Cooper, Bruce Springsteen, Camel, Antonio Carlos Jobim, and Lilies of the Field. All right. Let me put up 2 new auctions. I think somebody wants me to run Cinderella, so we're going to run Cinderella. Then I'll pull something out of the back that I have not put up yet, which is Raven. The Pack is Back, and Cinderella Night Song. Cinderella had 1986 Mercury Polygram, $35 start. He put VG++ on the record, which means that's going to look very, very nice. The cover is VG+, because it has some writing on the back. I'll show that to you. Oh, yeah, super nice Cinderella. That's a $35 start. Somebody's name is wrote on the back, or you could just tell everybody that's an autograph by one of the band members, but it's not. I had somebody one time, I said, that'd be worth a lot more if it was signed, and he said, well, give me a Sharpie. What do you want me to write on it? That was Brandon Cherry. So we have Raven, The Pack is Back. Let me get the details on that, but that's going to be a $20 start. I don't think I've ever had that one. Raven, The Pack is Back. That's a $20 start. Cinderella is a $35 start. So Raven is a Atlantic 1986. The record is Mint and VG+, and of course Cinderella is from 1986. So that's what we got going on. Cinderella Night Songs is a $35 start. Super clean vinyl. We've sold the crap out of the music on vinyl pressings. I don't get in too many OGs. And then Raven, The Pack is Back. This is like, if he graded it Mint, yeah, this looks unplayed. Raven is super nice. That is now up for auction. Okay. Now, I know I missed a couple questions. Ken offered 22 for Special Forces. Alice Cooper, let's go ahead and roll that over to Ken. Dennis Nelson wants C.W. McCall. Do you have George Harrison Cloud 9? Not at the moment. And Doc Smith said Lilies for 12. Doc, I'll sell that to you for $15. I'll sell that to you for $15 if you want it. I'm going to go ahead and lay it over here in the sold pile. Cinderella's at 35. Ravens at 20. Cinderella 38. Wow, number 16 seed FDU beats number 1 Purdue. Wow, that hurt somebody's wallet. Or that really helped somebody's wallet. One of the two. Okay, 2 auctions are getting bids. Let me go grab our next crate over here. I have a Morrissey record. Wow. I don't see too many Morrissey records. Let me set that over here to be auctioned. We'll have to mix Morrissey in with the hair metal. Wow, the Kinks, the Stones, Bowie, Elvis. This looks like a pretty cool crate. Mo-Fi, Steve Miller. Wow. Should we auction Muddy Waters, Muddy Mississippi Waters Live? Should we auction that? That's in the crate. I probably will. Brownsville Station. This looks like there's another Muddy Waters. Man, where did John find all these records? I hadn't bought a collection in 3 weeks. This is still just digging out stuff from all the tens of thousands we've bought that's just been stacked back there to the ceiling. So, okay. Let's see what we have here. Raven 20, 38, 40, 42, 45, Cinderella. Price on ACJ, Mia Willis. Let me figure out what ACJ was. Antonio Carlos Joe. That was $19.99, Mia. $19.99. Doc Smith said, cool. Cinderella 48, Cinderella 49. Raven 20. We already have a $20 bid on Raven. Ken Crooker's the high bid at 20. You have to outbid Ken at 20. Where did all the blues come from? I don't know, honestly. I don't remember that much being in Dallas. Do you remember seeing all those blues records we've been showing? I don't know. Tanner said Dallas. I don't know if anybody's watching has ever went in and bought 40 or 50,000 albums at a time. You've got to understand how much that is. That's like 2 truck and trailer fulls. That's a lot of records. It's almost a semi-full. So when you buy that many records, you kind of have an idea of what's there and what you can pay for them as a dealer, but you really don't know what you're buying. You really have no idea. And so it's not until you get them all the way back here to CollectCo headquarters do you really find out what you've bought. You just kind of look at them. You agree on a price that's fair for both of y'all with all things considered. And then we bring them back and then we start finding stuff we didn't even know we had. And that's why when we have these sales every night, I'm like, I have no idea what's in here. I bought these, but I really don't know what I bought. So. Oh yeah, we've also got back with stuff and it's been stuck together, water damaged, missing records, wrong records, scratched, dirty, all kinds of stuff like that. So that is a problem. Okay, Raven is at 27 and Cinderella's at 49. Cinderella's at 49. Okay. Here we go. Steppenwolf for ladies only, $17.99. Steppenwolf for ladies only, $17.99. The Dawn of Correction, the Spokesman. The Dawn of Correction, the Spokesman, $14.99. That's an interesting looking record. $14.99. The Residence, Mark of the Mole, $44.99 from 1981. $44.99. That's The Residence, the Mark of the Mole. The Residence, not available, $44.99. This has some seam splits on it. $44.99, so a VG minus record. The Rolling Stones, Made in the Shade, $34.99. The Rolling Stones, Made in the Shade, $34.99. That's a really good comp. The Byrds, Untitled. This looks exceptionally nice. $34.99. $34.99. The Byrds, Untitled. Very nice copy. And the Persuaders, $34.99. Okay, now, update on our auctions because I'm doing a final call. Cinderella is with Michelle Phillips for $49, going twice, going 3 times. And final call on Raven, Ken Crooker has that for $27. Chris D. Lorenzo, if you want to bid, now's the time. That's sold to Ken Crooker for $27. Mia also wanted Antonio Carlos Jobin. Mia, that's sold to you. I've got your name on that. Next was Michael Knapp on the Byrds. That's the next claim. We have Brownsville Station, Motor City Connection, $19.99. Motor City Connection, Brownsville Station, in shrink wrap, $19.99. Sinatra Trilogy, 3 LP in shrink wrap. It has a hype sticker, but it has some wear to it. $34.99. That's a Frank Sinatra compilation, $34.99. Persuaders was $34.99. You have not missed Quiet Riot. Dan Seals on the front line. That's a sealed Dan Seals, $19.99 on the front line. Ricky Skaggs, Waiting for the Sun to Shine, $14.99. Long Distance Voyager, The Moody Blues. The Moody Blues is $14.99. Long Distance Voyager. Leon Russell, Solid State. Leon Russell is $19.99 in shrink wrap. Solid State. And The Illusion, If It's So. Never seen that one by The Illusion. Oh, look, we're still putting out stuff from the Atlanta collection. There's Steve Cole's name. So, yeah, stuff from all over the place. The Illusions, $24.99. Mike Vandergent's is first to Sinatra. Mike is first to Sinatra. David Schroeder first on Brownsville Station. And Mike Vandergent's first on Leon Russell. Those are sold and sold. These auctions are also done. Raven is sold to Ken Crooker for $27. And Cinderella Night Songs is sold to Michelle Phillips for $49. It should be. Where's her bid at? Kevin Scott, $48. I'm pretty sure it was, yeah, there it is. Michelle Phillips, Cinderella, $49. Okay, let's put up two new ones. Someone said something about Quiet Riot, so if you're waiting on that one, I'll go ahead and run it. And I have a Kiss Animalize. Let's run those two, Quiet Riot and Kiss. Quiet Riot is a 1983 in shrink. 1983 in shrink. This is going to be a $20 start. Generic inner sleeve. Covers in shrink wrap. The nice price. $20 start. Quiet Riot. Very nice vinyl. Extremely nice. Come on, feel the noise. All right. There you have that. That's going to go to a new home in about 10 minutes. And Kiss Animalize has the original inner sleeve, 1984 Mercury Records. Was this the first Kiss record on Mercury after they left Casablanca or whatever happened there? Has the original inner sleeve. This was Paul Stanley, Eric Carr, Gene Simmons, and of course Mark St. John. Super nice. Kiss is a $25 start. Animalize. Kiss Animalize. $25 start. Omen record, I'll run that in just a second, Corey Costa. I'll actually put it up next. Lick It Up was first on Mercury. There you go. Flock of Seagull. Oh, excuse me. I do that every time. The Flock. Dinosaur Swamps. Not Flock of Seagulls. This is the Flock of Dinosaurs. $19.99. The Flock Dinosaur Swamps. McKendree Spring. $19.99. Neil Diamond Stones. $9.99 on Mr. Neil. Stoney Edwards, She's My Rock. Oh, Stoney's in shrink wrap. $29.99. I had a cousin whose nickname was Stoney. You probably can guess why. Let's see. Quiet Riot's at $51. I'll see a $30 bid on Kiss. Duke Ellington and his orchestra. Duke Ellington is $9.99. Sex Machine. This is James Brown, $44.99. Recorded live at home in Augusta, Georgia with his bad self. James Brown. That has some tape along the top and bottom spines. The vinyl is unusually nice for a James Brown record. These were dance records. These were records that were played at parties, and they were absolutely trashed and worn out. That one's not bad, $44.99. John Fitzgerald Kennedy, JFK, The Presidential Years, Selections of Speeches, $19.99. And Stevie Nicks, Bella Donna, $16.99. Cover has some noticeable wear. No splits or anything, but the cover does have noticeable wear. $16.99, super clean, near mint minus final. Okay, make sure I hadn't missed anything important. Kiss was at 30, Quiet Riot 50, 51, 55. Pam Dickens first on excuse me, Pam Dickens first on Duke. Mike was second. Doc Smith, you were third. Kiss is at 30, but we already had a $30 bid. Joseph, 30. Kevin Scott. Kevin Scott, you got to bid more. Fred's in at 31. So high bid is Kiss 31, Quiet Right 55, now 32. Stevie Nicks goes to Ron Stoltz. $124.99. $124.99. Original master recording. This is a mobile Fidelity Sound Lab pressing of Steve Miller Band's Fly Like an Eagle. Steve Miller Band's Fly Like an Eagle. $124.99. Not easy to get. Mystery to Me, Fleetwood Mac, $24.99. $24.99. Fleetwood Mac, Mystery to Me, $24.99. Sunvolt Trace, $49.99, 2015. Sunvolt Trace, and I think this originally came out in 1995, so this was probably a 20-year anniversary. Sunvolt Trace, $49.99. Nicolette Larson, Radioland, is $9.99, and hits from, it's Michael Jackson, Billie Jean, $39.99. Billie Jean 12-inch single from Thriller, EX copy, $39.99. Mike Cochran's going to get the Steve Miller MoFi. High bid on Quiet Riot is $62, and high bid on Kiss is $38. That's where we're at. Rappin' Rodney, Rodney Dangerfield in shrink wrap, $14.99. Caddyshack. No respect. Elvis, $24.99. This is his second album, which came out in about 1956. This one was pressed almost 20 years later, which is in 1977. This is a 1977 black label, but I'm telling you, finding a nice clean copy of this album from 56 is near impossible, especially a true 56 pressing. Tough to find. Running the matrix and all that. There's a lot of ones that are misleading, but that's a 77 press. It's hard to believe that's considered kind of vintage now, and that was pressed 20 years after and still from 77. Bill Nelson, The Love That Whirls, $19.99 for Bill Nelson. Mia wants to put back the Antonio's Carlos Jobin. She was looking for Wave, Not Tide. Got it. Mike Vandergits is first to Elvis. Joey Garland was second. And I'm going to do a final call. I'm going to do a final call on Quiet Riot. Or no, an update on Quiet Riot. Eli just came in at 68. A final call on Kiss Animalize. And tell you about that one more time. Kevin Scott's at $38. This is Kiss Animalize. Very clean vinyl, near mint minus, original inner sleeve. That's at $38. Final call on that. Quiet Riot's at $68. Everybody but Eli's out. If anybody wants Antonio Carlos Jobim, he is $19.99. The Rolling Stones, Sucking in the 70s, $34.99. The Rolling Stones, Sucking in the 70s. This one has the hype sticker that was on the shrink wrap, which is this gigantic Mick Jagger lips mouth. I always assumed that was Mick Jagger, supposed to be his gigantic mouth for their logo, I'm assuming. That's what I always naturally thought. Not radio station. Station to Station, David Bowie, $24.99. Original tan label, and it has some water damage down here. It has some damage to the top and the bottom. The vinyl is fine, and that's the original label for Station to Station, $24.99. The Kinks live at Kelvin Hall. The Kinks live at Kelvin Hall, and that is $24.99. The Kinks live at Kelvin Hall, $24.99. Okay, let's see. Quiet Right, 68. We do have a new bid on Kiss, $39. Joseph is in at $39. Earlier, I didn't do a final call on Quiet Riot, but now I am. Eli's at 68. Final call. If I've missed anything else, let me know. How much is the Metallica album on the left? This is the hardwired box set, $69.99. I also have this as a single LP album, which is $34. If you don't want the box set, I have the album as well for $34.99. Somebody said something about Bill Evans. There is not a Bill Evans in here. That's Bill Nelson. Okay, let me run through those titles one more time. I'm just going to tell prices, and I'm about to end these two auctions. We got a new bid on Kiss and no new bids on Quiet Riot. So, any more Muddy Waters? Yes, there's about to be one put up for bid, and then I'm going to put up another metal/hair metal record with it. Okay, we have Steppenwolf for ladies only, The Dawn of Correction by The Spokesman, The Residence, Mark of the Mole, and The Residence not available. I'll have to pass right now for that offer on Sunvolt, but we may revisit it later. The Rolling Stones, Made in the Shade, Brown Sugar, Tumbling Dice, Happy, Wild Horses, It's Only Rock and Roll, Angie, Heartbreaker. That's a really good comp. I think that was the first Stones record I ever got. That and Hot Rocks at a flea market. The Persuaders, $34.99. I've owned a few since then. Dan Seals on the front line. That is sealed for $19.99. Ricky Skaggs, The Moody Blues, The Illusion, The Flock, McKendree Spring, Neil Diamond, Stoney Edwards, James Brown, JFK, Fleetwood Mac, Nicolette Larson, Sunvolt. Okay, let's go ahead and end these auctions. Quiet Riot is sold to Eli Tomlinson for $68, and that $1 bump got Joseph Felicity. I don't say Joseph's last name a lot because I feel like I'm mispronouncing it every time. Joseph Felicity on Kiss for $39. So those are sold. Brent Rabley on Sunvolt. And Greg, I see your comment. Yeah, not a lot of people commenting on YouTube, is there? Boy, almost nobody. Not since David Schroeder bought a Brownsville Station record like 20 minutes ago. Felicity. I'll try my best. 60 for both residents. My best price on both of those right now would be $82. Sucking in the 70s. Sucking in the 70s was $34.99. They said they're here. They're just being quiet. Billie Jean, 12-inch single. Rappin' Rodney, Bill Nelson, Antonio Carlos Jobim, David Bowie, and the Kinks. Okay, 2 new auctions before I change crates. Well, there's a Kiss record over here too, I'm just now seeing. Where'd all this stuff coming from? John's in the back digging records literally out of the ground or something. I think somebody said run the Omen whenever you get a chance. And let's do Omen and Anvil. Omen and Anvil. Yeah, we're back there mining these. We're back there digging these up. He goes underground and finds these at night, like something like on Toy Story or something. I don't know. This is a 1986. The record is mint. Original inner sleeve, super nice cover, Enigma, Metal Blade Records, 1986. This is a $35 start. Omen, The Curse. Original inner sleeve. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. $35 start on that. Very nice cover too. Does have a corner bump here. Does have a couple corner creases here. There you go. Okay, that's up for auction. Let's do Anvil, Hard and Heavy. 1981 French pressing, which I think a lot of their stuff, for some reason I have a lot of Anvil records that are French. Has just a generic inner sleeve, which may have been, this kind of looks like a foreign inner sleeve by the texture of it and these flaps, but I may be crazy. This is a $20 start. Yeah, I'll do a $20 start on this. Hard and Heavy, Anvil, French, $20 start. Okay. Make sure I didn't miss anything. How much was the Stones? Both of the Stones were $34.99. That was Suckin' in the 70s and Made in the Shade, or Hot in the Shade. Made in the Shade. Kiss album is Hot in the Shade. So those are $34.99. Next comment was Alan Passon on the Residents. Muddy Waters. I'll have to run one of those next. Omen 35, Omen 35, Omen 40, Omen 40. Omen 45, Anvil 28, Omen 50, Anvil 35. Horror soundtracks, not too many. No, not too many. I've already been through those twice. Let me condense those with the other bin from tonight. Amy Hutchings wants Made in the Shade. That's a good decision. Yeah, I think this was the first time I listened. No, it wasn't Hot Rocks. I think I bought this, and the first time I really remember listening to Rolling Stones, I had to have been in junior high. I bought that and Green Grass and High Tides, which would have been circa 2010, 11. Chad discovered the Rolling Stones in 2010, 11-ish probably. Maybe before then. I don't know if that's accurate. I feel like I was in junior high, though. I was already buying and selling stuff, though. So I was already kind of buying and selling records, and I was learning very quickly about music. I had a lot to learn, and I'm still learning. As y'all see, I learn stuff live on this sale, and I sell records for a living and other collectibles. None of the Def Leppards have sold, no. Let me flip through a crate of new vinyl over here. Let's kind of balance it out a little bit. I've got plenty of new vintage arrivals, but I want to go through some new vinyl. Let me figure out which bin I want to go through. Maybe that one. I'll go through this one right now. Let's see what's over here. Carol had already seen them. Carol, you were probably seeing the Rolling Stones in 1995, and I wasn't when I was born. Carol was probably out going, following the Stones around in 1995 when I was in the hospital being born. So, okay, Anvil 28, Omen 50, Omen 46, Anvil 35. We got Amy's Hot or Made in the Shade. Anvil 37, Omen 51. Let's see, Austin, the Bowie price. Bowie is $24.99. Bowie is $24.99. Sorry, I guess I hadn't been seeing your comments. They might not have been coming through. Omen 56. David Bowie is $24.99. $24.99. Austin, I don't think I was seeing your comments. Sometimes if you comment too much, sometimes Facebook will freeze you. Tan RCA label. It has some cover damage. $24.99. $24.99. Austin Cauldron. That is $24.99 if you want it. Okay. Austin says he'll take it. All right. So in this crate, we have Creedence Clearwater Chronicle. This is their 20 greatest hits. $36.99 for CCR, Bad Moon Rising, Lodi, Green River, Commotion, Who'll Stop the Rain, Run Through the Jungle, As Long as I Can See the Light. Have you ever seen The Rain? Great stuff. Hootie and the Blowfish, Cracked Rear View. $29.99 for Hootie and the Blowfish, Cracked Rear View. When these all go back out of stock, they will get pricey for some reason. It's always a high demand for that album. Steel Panther, Balls Out. $44.99 for Steel Panther, Balls Out. That's a music on vinyl pressing. $44.99, new and sealed. I have that. I have two of them. Cinderella, Long Cold Winter. Cinderella is $38.99. Long Cold Winter, $38.99. Steve Vai, Gash, $29.99. And Cake, Fashion Nugget. Cake is $33.99. High bid on Creedence. Creedence is $36.99. $36.99. That's Chronicle, their 20 greatest hits. Okay, now let me get everybody updated on our auctions because I feel like it's time to wrap some up. Last bid on Anvil, Tom Sullivan, $42. Going twice, going three times. Anvil, Hard and Heavy, $42. Going twice, going three times. Omen was at 51, 56, then 60, and then 61. And so Dennis Nelson is at 61 on Omen. Thank you, Doug. Have a good weekend. Dennis Nelson's at 61 on Omen. That's the high bid. Craig Weatherford wants a Hootie and the Blowfish. Paul Brothers wants a Steel Panther. I've got one Steel Panther left. I've got one Creedence left. Several Hootie and the Blowfish. And Ghost, Pope Star. That's an indie store exclusive on Milky Clear Vinyl. $28.99. David Bowie, A Divine Symmetry. That's a new remix of Hunky Dory, $31.99. Aretha Franklin, Lady Soul. Clear vinyl, that's the Atlantic 75th anniversary celebration. Tedeschi Trucks Band, Made Up Mind, pressed music on vinyl, 2 LP, $44.99 for Tedeschi Trucks Band. Tonic, Lemon Parade, first time ever on vinyl when this came out at the, I guess, end of last year, featuring their hit song, If You Could Only See, $38.99. Hootie was Cracked Rear View, Cracked Rear View. 3 copies of this really nice 2012 remaster of Paranoid, the Essential Metal album, or hard rock. I still don't consider that metal, but they say that's where it all got started, right? That one and the first one. Okay, Omen's done. Dennis Nelson, $61. Dennis Nelson, Omen, and Anvil is sold to Tom Sullivan for $42. Those are sold and sold. Okay, I promised a Muddy Waters, so let me do that. Unk in the Funk. That's the one I was going to run. Muddy Waters, Unk in the Funk. $20 start. 1984 chess. $20 start. Unk in the Funk. Has a clip corner. Other than that, it looks mint, unplayed. Danica wants a Hootie. I've got a whole bin full of them right here. There's Danica, a Hootie and the Blowfish. Michael Nath is at 40 on Muddy Waters. While we're auctioning that, let me put up a Wasp. Wasp. That's the only way to say it. It's like saying Slayer. Wasp is going to be a $50 start. The Last Command. Will there be any Japanese tonight? No. If so, it'll be much later. We have an entire crate of, well, now the blues stack is growing too. So we got metal, hair metal, and blues to auction off. Wasp is a $50 start. Original inner sleeve. EX Plus to Near Mint Minus vinyl. Original inner sleeve. Cover. VG Plus. Just minor signs of wear. That is now up for bid. Wasp, The Last Command. Lyrics may be considered offensive by some audiences. Okay, Muddy Waters 40, 41, now 45. Wasp is a $50 start. Marvin Gaye Collected, 2 LP, $44.99. That's the Marvin Gaye Essentials. Whiplash, Ticket to Mayhem, $46.99. Smashing Pumpkins, The Beautiful People. This is a live, unofficial Toronto. That is the Toronto broadcast and more, $36.99. Pam Dickens wants a Marvin Gaye. Muddy Waters is at 50, and that's what I'm looking for a start on Wasp. Rush, Exit Stage Left, $49.99 for Rush, Exit Stage Left. Pink Floyd, The Wall, $49.99. 2 LP remaster, Pink Floyd, The Wall, $49.99. Warrant, Dog Eat Dog. Warrant is $44.99. Dog Eat Dog, Warrant. Tears for Fears, Songs from the Big Chair, $39.99 for Tears for Fears, Songs from the Big Chair. The Sisters of Mercy, First, Last, and Always, $39.99. Judas Priest, Sad Wings of Destiny. Judas Priest is $34.99. Sad Wings of Destiny. Iggy and the Stooges, Raw Power Live, $26.99. Korn, Untouchables. Korn, Untouchables is $33.99. Overkill, Taken Over. This is on pink marbled vinyl. One of my last copies, I think now. $34.99 on Overkill. Testament, Souls of Black, $48.99. There's another Overkill. 2 of them. 90s Movie Hits Collected, $46.99. Mad Season Above, $44.99. Helmet is $36.99. Slayer, South of Heaven, $36.99. Got several of those. And Tangerine Dream Zeit on orange vinyl, and that is $39.99. Okay, we do have a bid on Wasp at 50. Final call on that. Going twice, going 3 times on Wasp at 50. Doc Smith is at 55 on Muddy Waters, going twice, going 3 times. And Tom Sullivan wants a Testament. That's Souls of Black. That's sold to Tom Sullivan. Okay. Final call on those two auctions. Let me go through the next crate of vintage that we have. Kiss, Hotter Than Hell. What else do we have? Freddie King. Roxy Music. George Harrison. Got a couple Beatles and Beatles related. Some Clapton stuff I've never seen. Another George Harrison, All Things Must Pass. Bangladesh. I'm giving y'all some sneak peeks. Very cool. The Paul Stanley album. Let's put that up in just a second. And Hotter Than Hell. Okay, so this is our next crate of vintage. Let's go through this. Do you have any SOAD, System of a Down? Not on hand. I think we have a lot of waiting list. That's somebody we always... I've got one copy here of Toxicity. That's $28.99. I think we have a waiting list for Mesmerize. We have a waiting list for Hypnotize. We have a waiting list for Self-Titled. And somewhere around here I may have a copy of Steal This Album. System of a Down, Steal This Album. I may have a copy of that somewhere. Okay. So, Leonard Skinner. I have Leonard Skinner pronounced. Music on vinyl, $38.99. Let's see here. Okay. Muddy Waters is sold to Doc Smith for $55, and Marty Ellis gets the Wasp for $50. Those are sold and sold. Next is going to be Def Leppard. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that one. And we're going to do, what do we got here? Raven. Another Raven. So Def Leppard High and Dry is not... Wow. That was an annoyingly loud truck that just went by. Def Leppard High and Dry. Okay, now... Richard has on here remix reissue with added song. I didn't know this was a thing. So evidently, this is a 1984, but I guess they did some kind of remixed February 1984 on Bringing on the Heartbreak and Me and My Wine. And it has an extra song maybe. I didn't know that was a thing on this album. But this is in shrink wrap. Very nice copy. Has a couple scuffs here, as you can see. Let me see what else we had on that. So, yeah, covers in shrink wrap. This one has some noticeable marks on it, non-feelers, right here. Looks like needle drops. I remember looking at those. Other than that, it's a very clean record. That's going to be a $20 start. $20 start on Def Leppard High and Dry. Then Raven is going to be a $20 start. This is Life's a BITCH. Original inner sleeve. Very nice vinyl. That's a $20 start on Raven. Life's a... There you have it. $20 start on that. Let's see here. Got any Smiths? Not at the moment. Let's see. Toxicity was $28.99, Eric. $28.99 on Toxicity. Let's see. Jamie wants a Leonard Skinner pronounced. Def Leppard 22.25, 25.27, and 30, and Ravens at 20. Let me show them, and I bet we can sell the other one. I bet we can sell the last two copies of this too, because it's the last two copies I have. So there's Jamie's Leonard Skinner pronounced for $38.99. I have one copy left of Leonard Skinner pronounced, $38.99. Music on vinyl pressing. That is, since the passing of Gary Rossington, everyone on that picture is now, unfortunately and very sadly, passed away. Leonard Skinner, $38.99. I have one more of those if anybody wants it. And this is my last two copies of Kiss Alive. This is the 2LP 2014 remaster. I actually kept one of these. That was, the shrink was torn open a couple years ago. Sounds incredible. Kiss Alive. This is the US version. 2014 remaster. Those are $44.99 if anybody wants one of those. Kiss Alive, $44.99. Those are available for sale. Def Leppard's at $32. Raven is at $20 still of Ken Crooker. Final call on that one. Now, time for the new vintage arrivals. Uriah Heep, Abominog. Uriah Heep is $24.99. Abominog. Roxy Music, The Atlantic Years, 1973 to 1980. Roxy Music is $24.99. George Clinton, The Cinderella Theory, 1999. Interesting. Never seen that before. The Rolling Stones, Undercover, $34.99. The Rolling Stones, Undercover, $34.99. The Uncensored, W.C. Fields, celebrating the 100th birthday of a great American comedian, $24.99. So now he would have been almost, this was put out 43 years ago, so he's almost 150 years old if he was still alive today. $24.99. Songs in the Key of Life. This looks like a reissue. It is. This is a 2009 reissue of Songs in the Key of Life. It is 2 LPs. It looks like it has a large book with it, and it has the bonus 45. $49.99. $49.99. Okay, so before that, Alvo Dabney wants a Leonard Skinner. That was from the last copy we have of Pronounced. I'm going to go ahead and put Kiss Alive back up in case, unless somebody wants one of those. I just don't want to cloud up my table too much. So Kiss Alive, if anybody decides they want one of those, let me know. John Porter was first to Uriah Heep. Brian Hummel was first to the George Clinton. James Bragg was second. And then Gary Samuel says, I'm out on Def Leppard. And he was the high bidder. So that means Angela Chesney has Def Leppard for $32. Angela, you're the new high bidder at $32. That's going twice, going 3 times. We can go ahead and sell Ken Crooker. He's the one and only bidder on Raven. That's sold to Ken Crooker for $20. $20 to Ken. Speaking of Kiss, I got a copy of Hotter Than Hell to put up. $35 start. Let's figure out what pressing we have here. This is probably, it is a reissue of some sorts. Kiss Hotter Than Hell, probably some kind of late 70s or early 80s reissue. $35 start. Kiss Hotter Than Hell. That is now up for bid. I still don't, for some reason, get too many different copies of this. Boy, this is such an iconic cover, but when you look at it, it's kind of just like, it looks like it was made by a 5th grader or something. But it's still it's amazing. It's amazing at the same time. $35 start. Def Leppard's at $35. Van Halen, Fair Warning, $44.99. Van Halen, $44.99. Van Halen, this is $44.99. Was there a wait list on the Rush box set? Yes, there is. Adam Heartmother is $74.99. Pink Floyd, Adam Heartmother, very nice copy. U.S. Press, Adam Heartmother, Pink Floyd. Actually, a nice jacket for once. $74.99 on Adam Heartmother. Derek and the Dominoes, Layla, $34.99. The Who, a 2-in-1 pack. You get Magic Bus and My Generation. $34.99 on My Generation and Magic Bus. A Beatles bootleg, $49.99. Dig It, Christmas Season, The Saints, Fine All Over. I don't really know what this is, but it's a Beatles bootleg, $49.99. Heather Perry, final call on Def Leppard for $35. Debbie's got Kiss at $35 for a final call. I will put up Dockin next. We got Randy down on the Rush wait list. Kiss is not a first press. This is probably pressed sometime in the late 70s instead of 1974. That's probably a late 70s press instead of a 74. Derek and the Dominoes, let's see what label it's on. Patrick, it is on. It is the RSO reissue of that from probably the early 80s. Dennis Miller. Well, that looks just like the White Album. He's got it embossed. Dennis Miller from Saturday Night Live, $14.99, gold stamp promo. The Rush box sets are $59.99 whenever they come back in. $59.99. Mom's Mabley live at Sing Sing, $14.99. George Harrison, Living in the Material World, $24.99. No Hits, 4 Eras, the best of Martin Mull, $14.99. All right, these auctions are done. $35 and $35. Def Leppard High and Dry is sold to Heather Perry, and Kiss Hotter Than Hell for $35 is sold to Debbie Hoskins. And there's the sleeve for Hotter Than Hell. I've got that in a new sleeve already. Okay, so what does somebody say? Which Dokken? Back for the Attack, I guess. Yeah. And we'll do Malice. Okay, Dokken is a really, really nice copy. It just has one saw mark on the cover and a crease right there around that same spot. This is a very nice copy. It looks like it was probably at one time kept in shrink wrap or maybe even sealed and somebody opened it. That may have been what happened. It may have been, yeah, this looks, we had it graded on the sheet as mint. So yeah, this is a top copy. It has the original Electra. Those are new inner sleeves. There's the original Electra inner sleeves. So original inner sleeves with this one. Let me put all that back in there. It does have the saw mark here, and it has a crease right here. Other than that, it's exceptionally nice. $35 start on Dokken. $35 start. This was cut because it was originally out for sale, and it didn't sell, and they saw mark them or cut them, and that means they went into a discount bin or they were sent back for a credit because they didn't sell. Second of all, they do that a lot of times to promo copies. They saw mark or punch hole them, meaning they're free copies that were going to promotional purposes such as radio stations. Malice is also a very nice record, original inner sleeve. This is a Euro press from 1985, and Malice is a $25 start. Malice is a $25 start. Also, super clean record. Malice in the beginning. There's the original lyric insert. There's the cover. That's a $25 start. Malice. Okay. Yes, that was Mitchell. That was Rush self-titled. Patrick passes on Layla. Pam Dickens wants Mom's Mabley. Next was Dokken 35. It was bought new in sealed shrink with one spin. There you go. So Richard bought this and opened it. It was sealed in shrink when he got it. I can look at a record and tell you if it's recently been opened, even if it's a 50-year-old record. I can look at it and be like, there's no way this has survived this nice unless it was in shrink wrap. That's why we put such a premium on shrink wrap, because when you take it off after 40 years, it looks like this. It looks like it's supposed to, brand new. Something's been protecting it for a long time. So that's probably basically an unplayed record, essentially. Dokken 35, Dokken 40, 35, 40, 45, 50, 46, 50, 42, 50, Malice 30, Dokken 42, Dokken 75, Malice 25. Do you have any Audio Slave? Yes, and then I got to make an announcement about Audio Slave. Dokken 53, we've already got a $75 bid, and Malice is at 37. So Jared Benoit is at 37 on Malice, and Dokken's at 75 of Austin Cokel. I've got 4 Audio Slaves left, unless I have some. No, I've got 7 Audio Slaves left, and then they're all gone. I hadn't shown these in a while, and while I'm showing these, I'm going to make an announcement about our group. This is Audio Slave, Chris Cornell, Tom Morello, an amazing album. I love their music. $39.99, Show Me How to Live, Like a Song, Set It Off, I'm the Highway. Amazing stuff. Audio Slaves are $39.99. Those are 2 LP, new and sealed with the hype stickers. Now, I'm going to leave the feed for a second. Let me check my bid so I know where I was at. We got Malice at 37, going twice, going 3 times. And we have Dokken at 75, going twice, going 3 times. Over here on Facebook, where I have a lot of notifications already, because I haven't been on here in 2 hours. I posted a pre-order, and I have sold a lot more than I was expecting. For the first time in over a decade, they were repressing Audio Slave Out of Exile. I don't even think this record has been bootlegged. Now, what kind of stinks about it is it's an import only, meaning this is only being pressed. This is only being pressed right now in the UK. What I said was, this is an official release. It is 100% official. They announced it yesterday. It's an import. If they do happen to announce a US press between now and when I get these in, I'll adjust the price accordingly. So I'll adjust the price accordingly. But right now they're $59.99. I think I've pre-sold 56 of them, especially through some people who private message me in the group. So I've pre-sold 56 of those. I'll share the link for that. But I've been listening to some of that today on iTunes. I don't know if I've really listened to a lot of that album before. It's fantastic. Of course, Chris Cornell again on lead vocals. That is up for pre-order. That's one of those that if you want one right now, the 2012, there's only one listed on Discogs for $342. And then the OG from 2005, it sells for $150 up, depending on the grade. And I think a sealed one sold for $500. So yeah, you might want to get all over that one. So there's the pre-order for that. Audio Slave, I've got Martin Pryor, Eli Tomlinson, Chip Hall, Joey Garland. Those are 4 are sold, Tanner, and I need one for George Ellis and Amy Hutchings. So I think I've got one Audio Slave left, and my feed, I had to reset it now that I jumped back over. So let me know if I missed a comment after Amy Hutchings on Audio Slave. I see Melinda, so it looks like we're sold out somewhere or another. No, that was it. I've sold all 100 copies of these since November. November, I got 100 copies of these. This is what we got left. Amy was the last one on my screen, and then Melinda. So let me know if that's right. So this one go to Melinda, and then we'll take a waiting list because that means I need to order some more of those, right? So that one goes to Melinda. And I see on my monitor, I can see Chris D. Lorenzo, but then I can't see anybody else. So let me know the right order or who else wants an Audio Slave. It looks like the first person is going to be Chris D. Lorenzo. Let me reopen my chat here. How come you never read my PMs? Is it because I call them SMs? It's because I never read messages from anybody. I just can't. I cannot read those. I will eventually. It's not that I'm ignoring you. I will eventually read them. You have to give me a week or two. Funny Stuff, Red Fox, $14.99. Funny Stuff, Red Fox. The original Flying Saucers. This is $14.99. Listen, I can tell you how far I'm behind. The guy I bought these records from, and you know how much I want to buy metal records. He was trying to sell these to me for what, 2 weeks, Richard? That's how far behind I am. It's like I can't even get records bought. So that's where we're at. Final Call on Dokken for 30 or 75, and Malice was at 37. I'm in those in like 15 seconds. Toby Graham first on Red Fox. There's the group. If you're not in already, there's the link from Facebook. Click on that, open it, join our group, and pre-order Audio Slave. You won't regret it. August, Eric Clapton, $34.99. August, Eric Clapton is $34.99. I tell my customers, I promise I'm not ignoring you. If you have something you need to ask the store, message the store page. Somebody else will see it. They'll let me know if it's absolute top priority, but it's like I don't have time. I hope you understand. Don Adams, Roving Reporter. Don Adams makes the Roving Reporter, $14.99. $14.99. Red Fox, Laugh of the Party, $14.99 for Red Fox. And Andy and Cleopatra, Andy Griffin, that is $29.99. $29.99. George Ellis for Audio Slave 2. So George Ellis on the Audio Slave waiting list. Dokken is sold to, was it Austin Cokel for 75? Is that right? Or Austin Cauldron? Who got the Dokken for 75? Tanner may have to confirm that for me. Somebody got it for 75. And Malice in the beginning is sold for 37 to Jared Benoit. I remember that one. We'll just confirm the Dokken. And Andy Wade was first on this Red Fox. Andy Wade was first on that Red Fox. Toby Grimm was second. Austin Cokel. Austin Cokel. Okay. I was getting my Austins mixed up. Okay. Concert for now I've tried to pronounce saying it different. Now I can't get it out. Bangladesh. But it's Bangladesh. Concert for Bangladesh. $49.99. This is a beautiful copy. Look at the box. $49.99. Okay. Let's see here. Michael Nath gets that. Let me put up 2 new auctions now. So 75 Austin Cokel Dokken. Malice was 37 Jared. And let's put up 2 new auctions. I got stuff everywhere. Let's do this other Muddy Waters. Let's do Muddy Waters. Muddy Mississippi Waters Live. $35 start. Muddy Mississippi Waters Live. Near mint copy, VG Plus sleeve. That's a $35 start. 1979. $35 start on that Muddy Waters. Let's do something out of the back from this. How about a Riot? I don't recall seeing this one too many times. Riot, Restless Breed, $15 start. Riot, Restless Breed, Austin Cocal, like hotel. Austin Cocal. Hotel. So it's Cocal. 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 Boy, that's not going to... you might as well forget that one, Austin. Riot, Restless Breed. It's already embedded in my brain. $15 start. Riot, Restless Breed. Very clean record. EX Plus or better. Red Electra label. Asylum, Electra original inner sleeve. $15 start. Cocal. I'm close. Close enough. The Real Lenny Bruce, $24.99. We got a couple comedy records in here. Red Fox, live in Las Vegas, $14.99. Classic Cuts from RSO's Collector's Edition, $24.99. For programming only, not for sale. Badge, Cream, 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 Blind Faith. That was a good side. Cream, Eric Clapton. Cream, Derek and the Dominoes, Eric Clapton. Wow. What's on disc 2? Can it get better than that? Eric Clapton, Blind Faith, Derek and the Dominoes. It's all Cream, Eric Clapton, and Blind Faith. Cream, Cream, and Cream. That's strange. Classic Cuts from RSO's Collector's Edition. That's $24.99. Eric Clapton, I Shot the Sheriff, Cocaine, and Knocking on Heaven's Door. Wow. 1982 UK, $26.99. What a release. I Shot the Sheriff, Cocaine, and Knocking on Heaven's Door. Okay, let's get caught up for a second before we go any further. Doc Smith was at 35 on Muddy Waters. Michael Naff was second. Jerry's been feeding his family cereal so he can buy records. Thank you. Michael Naff is at 40. Riot's at 15. Michael Nath was first on Lenny Bruce. Toby Graham was first on Red Fox. Robert Johnson was first to the Cuts. Carol Puckett was second. Doc Smith is at 45 on Muddy Waters. Regina was second on Red Fox. Carol Puckett first to Eric Clapton. David Tate was second. Final call on Riot for $15. And final call on Muddy Waters for $45. Eric Clapton, not slow hand, snowhead. We all know what that means. $39.99. Knocking on Heaven's Door, Lay Down Sally, Next Time You See Her, Cocaine Badge, Sign Language, and Layla. That might be for that Hammersmith. That could be that Hammersmith Odeon concert that was on that other bootleg. That's some of the same tracks. Of course, those were tracks he played almost every concert, so who knows. But that Sign Language, he played on that one too, that Bob Dylan song. $39.99. The Story of Lenny, What I Was Arrested For, Lenny Bruce, $19.99. Pat Paulson for President, Politics is a Dirty Business. That's very true. $14.99. Mike Vandergents is in on the Muddy Waters at 48. So now, Doc Smith, you're out, but we're going to go ahead and sell Ken Crooker the Riot for $15. That's sold to Ken Crooker. Tom Sullivan was first to the Snowhead. Tom Sullivan was first to the Snowhead. Okay, let's put up, we got a Muddy Waters. We got to balance that out with some Docking. Tooth and Nail. Docking, Tooth and Nail. It's got a crease up here in this top right corner. Other than that, really nice. Original inner sleeve. Docking is going to be a $30 start. Tooth and Nail. Here's a new inner sleeve for it. And it is super nice. Tooth and Nail. $30 start on Dockin. $30 start on Dockin. Tooth and Nail. That is up for bid. This is John and Yoko. The Plastic Ono Band. Live piece, Toronto, 1969. This is pressed in Germany in 1970. It is $29.99. Plastic Ono Band. Live piece, Toronto, $29.99. George Harrison, Somewhere in England, $24.99. George Harrison, Somewhere in England, $24.99 for George Harrison. Roxy Music, $24.99. Siren, $24.99. Roxy Music, Siren, $24.99. Ringo Starr, Old Wave, is $49.99. 1983 Canadian press. Ringo Starr, Old Wave, $49.99. Burlesque Humor, Red Fox. Now that's another one I've never seen. I've seen a lot of Red Fox. That is $14.99. The Dave Clark 5 American Tour, $14.99. And the Who's Quadrophenia soundtrack. Is this sealed? It is. Sealed for $34.99 with hype sticker. Includes new recordings of the Who's 515, plus 3 new Who recordings, Get Out and Stay Out, Four Faces, and Joker James. Toby Grimm first on Red Fox. All right, I guess Doc Smith was out on the muddy waters, so that means Mike Vandergits gets this for $48. Mike Vandergits gets that for $48. Toby got the Red Fox. David was second. Regina third. And first to Who was James Cohorn. And Dockin, not seeing my bid on the feed. Randy, if you were bidding on this, I have not seen it. I don't have any bids yet on Dockin. I'm looking for a $30 start. $30 start. We have Freddie King, Larger Than Life. Freddie King, Larger Than Life, $19.99. Freddie King, Larger Than Life, $19.99. Randy bid $35. I did not see that. Let me look for it again. Randy, that's not on the feed anywhere. So, and Doc says I had the bid for $49. I do not see that on here either. Mike Vandergits was the last bid at $48 on that, and I didn't see anybody else. Do you see that on yours, Tanner? Do you see Doc Smith at 49 and both Randys bid 35? 2 Randys. I don't see those. They're not showing up. They're not on the embedded feed. They're not on our chat. I don't see them anywhere. Patrick says he sees Doc at 49. Okay, we might have to bring that one back over here, Mike Vandergits. And before we do that, let's sell Greg Baldwin, Freddie King. Okay. Taborin and Scarborough. I don't see those either anywhere. All right, so let me put this back up. Doc, please bid again at $49. Maybe it'll show up this time. I see David's bid now, and anybody else. Mike's at $50. So sorry about that. There's some hidden bids. I don't want to miss anybody. I usually don't sell anything until I see out, but if I don't hear anything from anybody in a while, I figure they're done and they just don't want to say out, or they dropped off, and unfortunately we have to sell it anyway. Okay, now we're maybe back up to normal. Maybe there was a glitch there in the system. Randy's at 40 on Dockin, now 45 of Randy Scarborough, and Mike Vandergits is at 50 on Muddy Waters. Doc's at 52. I think everything's back to normal. Let's read through those titles one more time. Some interesting stuff in here for sure. Our CC key purchases shipped separately from vinyl purchases, yes. And Michael Hunt, if you message the page about that, we will take care of you on the candle box. That's about all I can ask for you to do right now. So we have Roxy Music, 1973 to 1980. Rolling Stones, Undercover. The Uncensored W.C. Fields. Stevie Wonder, Songs in the Key of Life. Van Halen, Fair Warning. Pink Floyd, Adam Hart Mother. The Who. Now this is a pretty good deal because you get Magic Bus and My Generation. They're reissues, of course, on MCA, but they're very clean copies of 2 records that's pretty difficult to find. The Beatles Boot is $49.99. Derek and the Dominoes is $34.99. Dennis Miller, George Harrison, Martin Mull, the original Flying Saucer, Eric Clapton, Don Adams, Andy and Cleopatra, Lindy Bruce, that was Andy Griffin by the way, Pat Paulson, John Lennon, George Harrison, Roxy Music, Ringo Starr, and Dave Clark 5. High bid on Muddy Waters is 59. Dawkins at 45, and now Randy says he's out. So it's between the two Randys, it looks like. No, the other Randy says he's out. All right, so Dawkins at 45, going twice, going 3 times. Doc Smith is at 59 on Muddy Waters. Josh Duvall wants the Who, 2 and 1. That's sold to Josh and Price on Stevie. Gary, this is a 2009 pressing, $49.99. And it's got the book with it, the 45, and both LPs, 180 gram new. Josh Duvall on Who was the other Lenny, 1999. Let me find Lenny Bruce here. It is 1999, yes. Casablanca. Like new. Yes, Derek and the Dominoes, I said that was a mid. Jeffrey, I think I told you just a second ago, that was probably a mid to late 70s pressing of that. Not a 1972 or whenever that came out. Yeah, not a 1972. Michael Nath wants the Lenny Bruce. Okay, I have a whole nother bin of new vintage arrivals. Let me try to find a crate. Where's some new stuff at? Is that new stuff? That looks like new stuff from possibly last night. I was trying to find a crate maybe we hadn't gone through in a while. Maybe over here. That one. Oh no, we've sold so much new vinyl. I don't have a whole lot of just stray stuff laying around. I'll grab one of these crates over here. Okay, Doc Smith is 61 on Muddy Waters. When I come back, I'm ending docking. Let me grab a crate of new vinyl from over here, and then I'll put up some new auctions. We got lots more hair metal. Let me go through this bin here. Let me lay all these empty sleeves there. I still got this Morrissey record. This crate here looks interesting. Several duplicate titles. So actually, let me go through this one first. I don't know, I need to go through both of them, but let me go through this one first. We got a couple new people on. Austin, to get in the correct order on the audio slave, I need you to go to that post and comment on there, because I have to get everybody in the correct order in case for some reason that's allocated. So you have to co-comment on the post. We hardly ever take down pre-order names here because it won't be in the right order. It's kind of like a first come, first serve on that post. Docking is sold for $45 to Randy Scarborough. Muddy Waters is now at $62. I'm about to run through a crate of new vinyl, and then we've got more new vintage stuff. Not before I put up some new auctions. What have I got back here? Let me read through some titles. I've got Dokken, Overkill, Wasp, Rat, Def Leppard, Night Ranger, Loudness, Axe, Heaven, Iron Maiden, Helix, Bon Jovi, Accept, Europe, Night Ranger, Rough Cut, The Police, Wasp, Rat, Rainbow, Black and Blue, Deep Purple, Fast Way, Quiet Right. Let's do this Black and Blue album. Black and Blue is going to be a $15 start. That's all records we have to auction. Tonight. At least we're going to try to. It's only $9.15 or $9.13. Black and Blue, I believe this is self-titled. Really nice looking copy. $15 start for Black and Blue. Self-titled, $15 start on Black and Blue. $15 start on that. Okay, let's see here. I will tag you in the post, yes. It won't be right now, but I will. Black and Blue 15, 16. Okay. We have Crimson Glory Transcendence, my last 2 copies, I think. This is pressed by Music on Vinyl. It's limited to 1,500 on blue colored vinyl. That is numbered on the back. We have number 664 and number 665. $38.99 for Crimson Glory Transcendence. 2 of those available. Music on Vinyl press. Suicidal Tendencies, Join the Army. Suicidal Tendencies is $38.99. That's a music on vinyl press, $38.99 for Suicidal Tendencies. Artillery, Fear of Tomorrow. Artillery is $38.99, limited to 1,000 on Blade Bullet colored vinyl. I'm assuming that's silver, right? $38.99 for Artillery. Got several of these in stock. It's one of our all-time best-selling music on vinyl titles, and that is White Zombie, music on vinyl press of La Sextoristo Devil Music Volume 1. $38.99 on that. Where was we at on Muddy Waters? Doc says he's out. I'm going to go ahead and wrap that up and sell back to Mike Vandergents for $62. Mike, you get the Muddy Waters for $62. Black and Blue, we had 15, 16, 15, 15, 20, 18, 20, 20, 20, 20, 21, 24, 30. Tom Sullivan, first to Suicidal Tendencies. Sell that to Tom Sullivan. Chris DiLorenzo wants a Crimson Glory. That's sold to Chris DiLorenzo. Chris, I think I've said your name a couple times tonight. If you're a first-time buyer, thank you and welcome. I may have already told you this, but just so everybody else that's watching knows, please make sure you message our page, which is CollectCo. We need a message with your email address and your mailing address. Tom Sullivan wants a White Zombie. That's sold to Tom Sullivan. Blind Melon Soup. Blind Melon Soup. Music on vinyl press, $38.99 for Blind Melon Soup. I have 5 of those available. Here's another MoFi title, The Sisters of Mercy, Floodland. The Sisters of Mercy, Floodland. That's by MoFi. It's numbered on the back. Those are $39.99. I sold a copy last night. Here's another Stray Reservoir Dogs soundtrack, $38.99. Also At the Movies, which is a whole new label now by Music on Vinyl. I'm pretty sure that's now a completely separate company, At the Movies. I mean, it's still Music on Vinyl, but they've got so big making these soundtracks now, I was told that's pretty much a completely different label. Here's the other White Zombie, which is Astro Creep 2000. I have 3 of those. White Zombie, $38.99. Final call on Black and Blue. Bob McKinney has this for $30. David Quarles and David Tate, you don't see Bob McKinney's bid because he's on YouTube. It's on your screen right now at the very top. Where's my finger at? Right there, right where my index finger. There's Bob McKinney's bid. It's not showing up in your Facebook chat though. He's at $30 on that. That's going once, going twice. Tom Sullivan wants a Reservoir Dogs, and he wants an Astro Creep 2000. Those are both sold to Tom. Let me put up another record. Let's do Wasp. This is also going to be a $50 start. This is a 1984 club. It does have the inner sleeve and the merchandise form. This has the inner sleeve and the merchandise form. $50 start. There's the Wasp merchandise. You could get a t-shirt, sleeveless t-shirt, baseball jersey, armband. I wish you could still order all that. You can make some pretty good money right now. A Wasp t-shirt for $12. That's probably like $150 right now in mint condition. Not with sweat and stains all over it. Very clean vinyl. There's the original inner sleeve. Wasp, which is self-titled. That's an 84 club. $50 start on that. Eric Fisher wants one each of the zombies. That's White Zombie, not the zombies from Ireland or wherever the real zombies are from. Not the zombies. I'm thinking about the Cranberries. They had a song called Zombie. The Zombies was from England. White Zombie, the Zombies, and the Cranberries zombie song, that's all 3 completely different things. Don't want to get anybody confused. Black and Blue 35, Black and Blue 35, Wasp 50, Black and Blue 40. Whole Celebrity Skin, $38.99. Whole Celebrity Skin is $38.99. And by the way, I did a flip video of some of these. I've already sold a couple, but I do have a few left. I know I need to pull at least 2. Whole is $38.99 for Celebrity Skin. That's Courtney Love, as in Kurt Cobain's ex. Ministry, the Sphinctor, limited to 1,000 on red colored vinyl. Ministry, that's a 2LP live. I heard that's really good. $44.99. Pink Floyd, The Delicate Sound of Thunder, $49.99. Pink Floyd, The Delicate Sound of Thunder, $49.99. The Beatles Past Masters is a 2LP. Amazing Beatles comp. If you don't have this, go ahead and buy it. $49.99. Parachutes, Coldplay, is $31.99. Parachutes Coldplay is $31.99. Alice in Chains Live Colored Vinyl Unofficial, $24.99. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, $49.99. Sgt. Pepper's. Miles Davis Bitches Brew, $39.99. Misfits Earth AD, $33.99. Eric Church The Outsiders, $44.99. And White Line When the Children Cry, demos and rarities from 83 to 89, $29.99. Okay, we had Black and Blue, 35. Black and Blue, 35. Wasp, 50. Couldn't find the Audio Slave pre-order post. Send help. It's pinned at the top of the page. I think we also just commented in the post. You got to go to the group. You got to swipe down and refresh the feed, and all the pre-orders are up there. Black and Blue, 40. Wasp, 50. Black and Blue, 44. Wasp, 51. Out on Black and Blue. Are you set on the price for whole? Yes, these are all sticker price, 100%. Eric, I'll go ahead and pull you one live now. So yeah, I got to go back through that video and pull everybody what they want. But we'll go ahead and tag Eric live right now. Eric Fisher on whole Celebrity Skin. Mitchell Thomas wants the Beatles Past Masters. Wasp is at 55. Mitchell, I've got you down for Past Masters. Philip Regaldo wants a White Line. And Dan Triaga on WE. He might have meant WL for White Line. We'll see what Dan Triaga wants. Okay, so where are we at on Black and Blue? Bob McKinney just bid 50. Bob McKinney just bid 50. And Dan Triaga does want a White Line, so that's so to Dan Triaga. And Black and Blue, 50. Now, where was we on Wasp? Randy Taborin on Wasp, 55. James Cohorn just messaged and said he needed to put back Quadrophenia. Michael Nath was second on that, I'm pretty sure. Let me double check. I need to let him know to please let us know here in the chat so we can put those, so we can, yeah, Michael Nath was second on that. So we don't have to see it 2 days later and we can sell it now. James, if you can hear me, if you ever need to do a putback, let us know live here in the chat so we can, luckily I just seen your message pop up so we can tag that to the right person. So Black and Blue 50 final call, Wasp 55 final call. And this was what, that was, Michael, that was the Who Quadrophenia, the one that was sealed. Here's what's left in this bin. Crimson Glory, Transcendence, Artillery, White Zombie, Devil Music Volume 1, Blind Melon Soup, The Sisters of Mercy Mo-Fi, which is Floodland, White Zombie, Whole Celebrity Skin, Ministry, Sphinctor, Pink Floyd, Coldplay, that has their hit song Yellow, Alice in Chains, Sgt. Pepper's is not on colored vinyl, Miles Davis, Misfits, and Eric Church. Okay, I got more vintage to go through, and then we'll do another crate of new vinyl that I've got over here on this table with titles like that you maybe hadn't seen in a couple weeks. Some really cool stuff. How much was CG? Crimson Glory was $39.99. That's a new music on vinyl title. I guess I can end Wasp, and I'm going to put up the last docking of the night. Wasp is sold for $55 to Randy Taborin. That's sold for $55. Let's not lose that merchandise insert. I'll set it on top. Black and Blue's $56. How much for Cold? Coldplay was $30, $29, $31, $31.99. Docking is going to be a $25 start. This is a $25 start in shrink wrap with hop sticker. Original inner sleeve. Yeah, VG++ vinyl, which means near mint minus. Super nice copy of Docking, Breaking the Chains. There's the original Electra inner sleeve. It's in shrink wrap, which does have some tears here. Other than that, really nice. That's a $25 start for Docking, Breaking the Chains in shrink wrap. $25 start on that. $25 start on that. They're still bidding on Black and Blue. Black and Blue is going back and forth. I got a Paul Stanley album with the poster. And I got a George Harrison All Things Must Pass and a Morrissey record. That's some other auctions that I don't have. That's some other auctions that I don't have in the metal crate. Is this check condition stuff? Yep, I got a check condition bin. Let's see what we got in here. Okay. Alrighty. Looking good. That seems like... that don't seem right, so I'll pull that out. I also do some quality control. Sometimes I see stuff too cheap. Sometimes I see stuff too high. What was that? Double platinum's in here. I'll go ahead and let you know. I'm going to leave that in here. First come, first serve on that one. I'm going to pull Unmasked out and auction it, and also Kiss Alive 2. Wow, okay, cool looking crate here. Well, that heat's rolling, Tanner. We might have to knock that down a couple degrees. It's getting hot in here. Excuse me for 5 seconds while I take a drink of water. I'm sure y'all don't want to hear that. And we're back. Black and blue, David Corals is at $57. David Corals is at $57. Docking 28, Docking 25, Docking 35, Docking 37. Docking's at 37, going twice, going 3 times, now 40. Final call on black and blue at 56. I'm about to sell it. These are all check condition records, meaning I'm going to tell you the grade and the price, and of course the title. Little Willie John, free at last, free at last. VG copy, $14.99. This is the best of Little Willie John. Free at last. VG copy, $19.99. I was making sure that was the right record in there. I was like, is that what that's called? Yeah, the best of Little Willie John. VG copy, $19.99. How about some Clash? Black Market Clash by The Clash. VG copy for $19.99. 2001, a Space Odyssey soundtrack. VG Plus, $14.99. VG Plus, $14.99 for 2001, Space Odyssey. Beau Brummel 66. VG Plus, $29.99. This is a white label promo of the Beau Brummels. VG Plus, $29.99. White label promo. Blondie, Eat to the Beat, is a VG Plus copy, $14.99. The Five Satins Sing, 1957 mono, a VG copy, $49.99. Black and Blue is sold to David Corals for $57. David, that's yours for $57. David, have you bought from us before? Name sounds somewhat familiar. Let me know. If not, I'll give you first-time buyer instructions. Docking is now at 40 with Marty Ellis. That's on a final call. U.J. Miller was first to The Clash. U.J. Miller first to The Clash. Ryan Anderson first to Blondie in our check condition bin. Ruth Brown is a 1957 mono from Atlantic Records, $49.99. John didn't put the grade. First glance, it looks like VG Plus or better. Not a bad looking record for a 1957 mono. That is $49.99. David's a first time buyer. Let's go ahead and pull White Zombie for Darren here. That was Devil Music, La Cestaristo. That is sold to Darren. If you're a first time buyer, thank you and welcome. This is sold to Darren. First time buyers, you have to send our page a message, which is Collectco. We're having a sale for the rest of the night tonight, probably till midnight. And then we're having a show tomorrow night. $7 in limited shipping. This is our 5th, and tomorrow will be our 6th sale of the week. We invoice on Mondays, $7 unlimited shipping. Docking is Breaking the Chains in shrink wrap, super clean vinyl, original inner sleeve. High bid on that is now $42. Accept and Fastway. I'll do those right now. Let's first pull Brown, which was Ruth Brown to Michael Nath. Thank you, David, for joining us for a first-time buyer. I don't know how you found us. I don't know if it's through an ad or a suggestion or a share, but however you found us, thank you and welcome. Let's see. Did I say accept? Did I say there was another accept in here? There's another black and blue. There's Fastway. Did I say accept? Which titles did Jared say? I can't see. That's okay. I'll just let me grab something. We got to sell them all at one point or another. Let me do, here, a Russian roulette. Yeah, Russian roulette. This is the original inner sleeve, 1986 Portrait Records, very clean copy, $15 start, except Russian roulette. There's the original lyric insert, $15 start on except Russian roulette. $15 start on that. Very nice copy. Also very nice jacket. Okay, Dawkins at 45 of Randy. Can I see the 5 Satins label? This is on Ember Records. Randy's at 45 on Dawkins, going once, going twice. There. Auctions may be going into second gear here pretty soon, so we can go through the rest of these tonight. What we don't get through tonight, if it gets too late, I'll auction the rest tomorrow, but I'm about to start encouraging everybody to bid faster and bid more often so we can sell these in about second gear now. Savage Grace 2 is VG Plus $19.99. Johnny Burnett's Hits and Other Favorites, VG Plus $14.99. Bruce Springsteen's Darkness on the Edge of Town, VG Plus $14.99. The 5 Satins is a VG copy for $49.99. ABBA, The Visitors, EX copy for $17.99. Fastway, VG Plus $19.99. We got one in the bin to be auctioned too. This is a VG Plus copy, $19.99 for Fastway. The Byrds Greatest Hits, EX, $17.99. That's the original label, Columbia, 2i. EX copy, $17.99. The Byrds Greatest Hits. The Police, Wrapped Around Your Finger. This is a 4-track single from Synchronicity from the UK. This has Wrapped Around Your Finger, Someone to Talk to, Message in a Bottle Live, and I Burn for You. That is EX $17.99. Let's go ahead and sell Dockin to Randy Scarborough for $45. Next is Dale Cooper on Fastway. That's sold first to Dale Cooper. Tom Sullivan second. Edward Star Wars first on the Byrds. Okay, if anybody wants Accept, it's a $15 buy it now for Accept Russian Roulette. Accept Russian Roulette is a $15 buy it now. That's a good grab if somebody wants to get all over that. Now's your time. I'll put up a Quiet Riot and another Fastway. Here's a different couple here. We've got Fastway, Waiting for the Roar. This is 1986. Very clean copy. I don't think I've ever had this record. If I have, I don't remember it. $15 start on Fastway, Waiting for the Roar. Yeah, I don't recall ever having this record. 1986, very nice copy. $15 start on Fastway, $15 start, and also a $20 start on Quiet Riot Critical Condition. This is got the original inner sleeve. It's got the shrink wrap and the hype sticker. This is a $20 start for Quiet Riot, $20 start. That's about an EX copy overall on the vinyl. There's the shrink wrap and hyped cover. And Accept for $15 is going to go to Martin Pryor. Martin Pryor is going to get this for $15. Yep, sell that to Martin Pryor for $15. Time out. Alan Jonathan was first. Alan Jonathan was first on Accept. Alan Jonathan was first to Accept. Carol Puckett first on the Police. Then Martin Pryor, you were second to Accept. So Alan got that one. Carol got the Police single. Martin, you were second on Accept. Fastway 1550. Jimmy said he lost sound. I don't think that's on our end. I think that's your end. 15, 15, 15, 20, 20, Quiet Riot, 20, 20, 25, 25. Brian C. on 2001 Space Odyssey. That's sold to Brian C. Okay. Black Sabbath Paranoid, a VG copy for $24.99. Original label. Original label, Black Sabbath Paranoid, a VG copy for $24.99. UFO, Strangers in the Night, EX $37.99. EX $37.99. UFO, Strangers in the Night, 1979. Kiss, Destroyer, a VG Plus copy for $14.99. VG Plus copy for $14.99. Kiss, Destroyer. Hell's Angels on Wheels. Very cool. VG copy, $14.99 from 1967. Van Halen, Women and Children First. This is a VG copy for $26.99, and it has the David Lee Roth poster. I can't grab it. I keep pulling the record out. It has the David Lee Roth poster. Well, let me not take it out at all. I promise you it's in there, though. That has the David Lee Roth poster. Covers and shrink wrap, vinyl's VG. If you put a better disc in that one, you have a pretty nice packaging. $26.99 on that. Okay, lots of activity. Let me figure out where we're at on the bids. Fastway 36. Fastway, we had a $36 bid. So we had somebody bid. Tom Sullivan bid 36. Yeah, Tom Sullivan bid 36 on Fastway. So that's at $36 with Tom Sullivan waiting for the Roar. And Quiet Riot, Condition Critical, Ron Stoltz has that for $30. So 36 and 30 are our auctions. Now, as far as claims, we got Austin Cauldron, first on Black Sabbath. Austin's first on Black Sabbath. UJ Miller was first to Kiss. Dale Cooper was second. Randy was third. Brian C. first on Hell's Angels. Stephen Chesney fourth on Kiss or so. Jamie after him. Calvin was first to Van Halen. Fastway 40, Quiet Riot 32. Fastway 40, Quiet Riot 32. The Standells, Try It, VG Plus $19.99. Gary, we've already sold the Police. Jerry Lee's Greatest, 1961 mono. This is a Sun record. A VG copy for $49.99. Sun, Jerry Lee Lewis, Jerry Lee's Greatest, a VG copy for $49.99. Fastways at 48, Quiet Riot's at 33. AC/DC, If You Want Blood, VG Plus, $24.99. VG Plus on the vinyl, $24.99. Puckett, first on the Jerry Lee Lewis Sun. Aerosmith, Permanent Vacation, VG Plus $19.99 for Aerosmith's Permanent Vacation. Gordon Lightfoot, Summertime Dream, is a VG copy, $9.99. Summertime Dream, $9.99. Carol says, never mind on Jerry Lee Lewis. That's okay. That's a $25 restocking fee, though, to Carol. Alan Jonathan on PV. PV was Permanent Vacation. That's sold to Alan Jonathan. Calvin Ward was first to AC/DC. Dan Triaga, you were second on Aerosmith. And Billy Humphrey, you were third on Aerosmith. Final call on Fastway and Quiet Riot. Fastway is at $48 with Tom Sullivan. And Quiet Riot is at $33 with Ron Stoltz. That's a final call, so I can put up two new ones. Running on Empty. VG Plus copy, $9.99. This has the inner sleeve and the booklet. VG Plus, $9.99. Running on Empty. Vicki Lawrence, The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia. EX copy, $17.99. Sade, Promise, a VG copy for $24.99. Fastway is sold to Tom Sullivan for $48. Quiet Riot, Condition Critical, is sold to Ron Stoltz for $33. Marshall Bassett was first on Jackson Brown. Chip Hall was second. Doc Smith was first to Sade. All righty. I'm going to make this one a buy it now out of the metal bin. It's $30. It's overkill. It's a music on vinyl pressing. It's a music on vinyl. We used to have these in stock. They were new, $38 or $39.99. This one's lightly used. It's still near mint. It's got a little bit of a corner ding right there, but that's a music on vinyl press of Overkill. $30 on that. $30. Music on vinyl, I think 2017. That is sold to Trevin Price for $30. And the reason also I went ahead and showed that is because I have new ones in stock. The new one in stock on colored vinyl. Let me find one of those I can show y'all, because if you were second on that one, Tom Sullivan, you may want this one. Let me just find out what I've done with them. Let's see, it's in one of these bins. Here, is this them? Yeah. So we have these as well. This is taken over on pink marbled vinyl, and these are $34.99, new and sealed. That's Overkill taken over, $34.99. Okay, Unmasked. That was a request that just popped up, so let me run that one. Unmasked, and I'll do another black and blue. Tom Sullivan says he will take one of the Overkills on pink vinyl. If anybody else wants one, let me know. And I have one of these. Let me see if I can find it. I only have one of these left. If anybody wants it, comment under. UNDER. That is Under the Influence. That's on yellow marble vinyl. That's the last one I have of those. I think I've got more back ordered though. Okay. This is a VG copy of Kiss Unmasked. Kiss Unmasked VG copy, $20 start. $20 start for Kiss Unmasked. Kiss Unmasked is a $20 start. Generic inner sleeve, no other inserts or anything, just the vinyl and the VG Plus jacket. Unmasked is a $20 start. That is now up for auction. Trevin was first to this Overkill. Tom Sullivan, if you want me to take your name down, I've got more of those on back order if you want on the waiting list for when more comes in. So let me know if that's okay. And then, or we may have a stray one in one of our new arrival bins that someone put out of place, or it was a put back or something like that. Okay, and then black and blue is a $20 start. Black and blue is a $20 start. This has the correct inner sleeve with it, which is the original inner sleeve. Black and blue without love. This is a $20 start, and this is a beautiful record. I'm going to call that one Near Mint Minus. VG Plus or better cover, and it does have the original inner sleeve. We've got it in a new one. Put Tom Sullivan down for Overkill Under the Influence wait list. Clay Moore wants the 5 Satins out of here. That's a tough record to get. Sell that to Clay Moore. Kiss is at $35, and we're looking for a $20 start on black and blue. Next is the Kinks Greatest. VG Plus $19.99 for the Kinks Greatest. Original label, Tricolor Steamboat is what we call that one. That's VG Plus on the vinyl, $19.99. U2 Live Under a Blood Red Sky. Gloria, Party Girl, I Will Follow, Sunday Bloody Sunday, The Electric Co., New Year's Day, great stuff. VG Plus $24.99. $24.99. Kiss is at $35. Black and Blues at $20. Ozzy is a VG Plus $49.99. VG Plus on Ozzy $49.99. Blizzard of Oz. We sold a VG Minus the other night for $29.99. This is a VG Plus $49.99. Black and Blue $20. Debbie's at $35 on Kiss. Going once, going twice on those. Chip Hall first on U2. Fred Carnell, you were second. The Magical Mystery Tour. Green Target label. VG Plus $29.99. That's not Target as in the store where you go buy groceries and pillows. This is that capital label. VG Plus $29.99 on that. And let's see if the book is actually detached. Yep, they're always detached. It's actually ripped. It's there, but it's not pretty. Magical Mystery Tour. I'm going to put the record in the gatefold, which is the best place for it. All right. I think we're almost done on Kiss. I don't see any other bids. Next comment was Black and Blue 21, Black and Blue 21, 22. Stephen Chesney first on the Beatles. Darren Meyer second. Black and Blue 23. David Taylor third on Magical Mystery Tour. Tim Holloway fourth. And WVU Mounties wants the Kinks. Stephen Chesney on the Beatles. WVU Mounties on the Kinks. $39.99 for Kiss Double Platinum. EX copy. Not bad. Not bad as an EX copy. $39.99. I don't think this has the insert with it. That's a Kiss Hits. $39.99. Double Platinum. The Jades live at Disc A Go-Go. VG Plus $74.99. The Jades live at Disc A Go-Go. Jarrett label. $74.99 from 1965. Blind Faith. EX copy. $32.99. Blind Faith. RSO repress. Blind Faith. $32.99. Nude cover. The Traveling Wilburys. VG copy for $29.99. The Traveling Wilburys VG $29.99. Kiss is sold for $35 to Debbie Hoskins. Black and Blue high bid is $28 with Bob McKinney, now $30. Carol Puckett on Traveling Wilburys. Fred Carnell on Blind Faith. I'm going to read through those just a second time. Not before. I put up a copy of Rainbow, which is, I think, a newer press, but it's on colored vinyl, which I've never seen before. This is a 2000... This is a 2013 orange and black Rainbow Long Live Rock and Roll. Ronnie James Dio, Richie Blackmore. This is a back on black Rock Classics limited edition colored vinyl. That's a $50 start. It looks near mint and pristine. Sleeve and vinyl. That's a $50 start, Rainbow, colored vinyl. Long out of print. $50 start on that. Paul Stanley. Hold Your Horses. Black and Blues at $35. Paul Stanley's on his way. Price on Little Willie as in on the Cincinnati Kings record label. Free at Last. Little Willie John is on the King. Distributed by Stardate King Records. That is a VG copy for $19.99. VG copy for $19.99. Alrighty. I think we may have just had a connection problem because I've only got chat open for one of two. We have an error on Facebook. It says. Joseph's at 60 on Rainbow. And yeah, let's check our connection. If you're on Facebook, give me a test comment because right now it says error on Facebook. So that's weird. I can still see chat too. So Michael Knapp said something about it freezing, and it's there. Maybe it's reconnected. It's just not on here yet. Okay. Thanks for the test comments. We know it's definitely working. It's just not showing connected here. All right. Now, let me go, okay, now let me get everything figured out now. We pulled Blind Faith. We pulled Traveling Wilburys. Black and Blue was at 35. Black and Blue was at 35 with Bob McKinney. Mike Langford, let me know if you got to see the Little Willie. If not, I'll show it again. The Tom's out on Black and Blue. That means Bob McKinney has this for 35, going twice, going 3 times. Rainbow's at 50 with Carol Puckett. Rainbow's at 60 with Joseph Felicity. So let me remind myself on the Black and Blue. Bob McKinney, $35. I'm about to end that one. It's been up for a while. Lots of test comments. Thanks, everybody. And it still says we have 201 viewers on both platforms. And, okay, so Mike Langford, back to normal, I think. Mike Langford wants the Little Willie. Carol's out on Rainbow, so that means, Joseph, you have that for 60, going twice, going 3 times. And Black and Blue is now sold to Bob McKinney for $35. Bob McKinney gets that for $35. I don't have any typo negative. Let's make a note of that. That's somebody I hadn't ordered in a long time. I probably do need to put up some of those. This George Harrison, let me do Paul Stanley. For Trey Mendenhall has his head explodes. Kiss, Paul Stanley. This is a $45 start. Let's make sure this is actually the Paul Stanley poster. I had one the other night, and it was the Peter Criss. There is the poster. It's about VG Plus condition. It's not a pristine poster, but it's there. There's the original inner sleeve. It always has a seam split. This one's starting. Yeah, it is on the side. These sleeves, here's something to check your Kiss records for. See if your inner sleeves have, of course, a lot of inner sleeves have seam splits. Almost all, some kind of inner sleeve does. But, yeah, this is not in print right now or in production or, wow, this is very clean vinyl. Yeah, John had no condition notes on the vinyl. This is EX Plus to near mint minus on the vinyl. It has a British flag in the dead wax. It has a Union Jack. Sterling. I'll give the numbers if anybody wants it. I did order 2 of the picture discs. The picture discs are in stock. I ordered 2 of them last night. They'll be here next week. If anybody wants to go ahead and slap their name on that, I think they're going to be $39.99. My favorite is the Ace Frehley. Has some sticker residue. It is a clip corner. A lot of them are clip corners. These ended up in the cutout bins because they pressed way too many of them. And they didn't sell as well as they thought they would originally. Okay. So we have Paul Stanley, 45, 45, 50, and 55. And let's go ahead and sell Joseph Felicity, the Rainbow, for $60. That's sold to Joseph for $60. And let me run another auction from the metal bin. How about some... we'll have some fun with this one. Iron Maiden over Hammersmith. $1 start. $1 start. This is a new record. I think it retails for $55 or $65. It has one little corner bump right here. This is sealed. It's a triple LP. The Number of the Beast over Hammersmith. Triple heavyweight vinyl. 8 remastered tracks featuring the intended track list for the Total Eclipse. With Total Eclipse for the first time on vinyl. Beast over Hammersmith. That is now up for auction to the highest bidder. Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast over Hammersmith. That is up for bid. Whoever ends up being the highest will win it. Okay, 55 on Paul Stanley. Any Aussie, no rest for the wicked? No, sir. I wish. If so, make sure you follow our page. It will be well advertised. It will be well advertised, and we will have it up for auction one night. All Aussie records, except especially mint ones. We've had a couple in the check condition bin, but that's unusual. Let's go through this crate one more time. This is Beau Brummel's 66 white label promo. The Beau Brummel 66 VG Plus $29.99. Savage Grace 2 VG Plus $19.99. Johnny Burnett's Hits and Other Favorites VG Plus $14.99. Bruce Springsteen Darkness on the Edge of Town VG Plus $14.99. ABBA The Visitors EX copy $17.99. UFO Strangers in the Night EX copy for $37.99. The Standales Try It VG Plus $19.99. Gordon Lightfoot Summertime Dream VG copy $9.99. Jerry Lee's Greatest on Sun 1961 mono $49.99. Vicki Lawrence The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia EX $17.99. Final call on Paul Stanley. That means who has that? Paul Stanley. Trey Mendenhall has Paul Stanley solo album for $55. Going twice. Going 3 times. Trey, you have that for $55. I'm about to sell it. Iron Maiden, $35.45, $49.45, $50, and Mitchell Richardson's at $50. Ozzy Blizzard of Oz is a VG Plus, $49.99. VG Plus, $49.99. Blizzard of Oz, 1981 Pittman Press, VG Plus, $49.99. Can't believe Double Platinum's still in here. $39.99. EX copy. The vinyl is super clean. $39.99. EX Kiss Double Platinum. The Jades live at Disc A Go Go is VG Plus $74.99. That's a 1965. Tom Sullivan's back in on Iron Maiden at $53. And that means, let's see here. I think that was $55. Yep. Trey Mendenhall going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He gets the Paul Stanley for $55. That's sold to Trey Mendenhall, $55. $55. Lightfoot, $8, Michael Nath. $8. Okay. Time for a new auction. Let's do we had one of these the other night. Let's run this one. $50 start, just like the one the other night. We have a George Harrison, All Things Must Pass. This is a triple LP George Harrison box set. This one, the tape is actually still attached on the back. So the box isn't actually, it's really cool. Someone took the hype sticker and they put it on the inside. $50 start. 3 LP with original inner sleeves. George Harrison, All Things Must Pass. This is the Capitol repress. This is not an Apple pressing. The vinyl is beautiful, near mint, but this is not an Apple press. This is a Capitol reissue. $50 start on this. $50 start on this. No poster. Had one last night with the poster, right? Was that last night? Yeah, no poster. I don't think the Capitals came with posters. This one didn't come with a poster. Don't hold me to that, but I'm pretty sure these Capitol reissues did not come with posters. That's probably why there's not one in it. Or it was hung on somebody's wall, and then when they moved out to go to college, their mom took it down and threw it in the trash. That's what happened to a lot of people's posters that were hanging on their wall. Fred Carnell's at $55 on Iron Maiden. Michael Nath is going to take the Gordon Lightfoot for $8. And George Harrison's a $50 start. Fantastic album. I think I hyped it up enough the other night, like I always do. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's change crates. New stuff rolling. Let me put these in here. Lay my pile of trash sleeves over there. And here, let me do a little bit of house cleaning. It's that time of night for me to clean up my workstation. We got stuff everywhere. And I'm about to end these 2 auctions if I don't see new bids by the time I walk back over here with this crate of records. Let's see. Let's go through this. Well, we're going to go through both of these back to back. We're going to go through that crate and this crate. Let's go through this one first. All right. Iron Maiden is sold for $55 to Fred Carnell. If anybody wants George Harrison, he's a $50 buy it now. That's kind of unbelievable. $50 buy it now if anybody wants that. Next 2 auctions. Let me read you an updated list of what I have in here. We've got Rat, Def Leppard, Night Ranger, Loudness, Axe, Heaven, Helix, Bon Jovi, Europe, Night Ranger, Rough Cut, The Police, Wasp, Rat, Rainbow, Deep Purple, Fastway, and Quiet Riot. Let's do one of the Europes and one of the Quiet Rights. We have Europe, Wings of Tomorrow. Europe, Wings of Tomorrow. $15 start. For Europe, Wings of Tomorrow. Super nice near mint looking vinyl. Very nice cover. $15 start on Europe. And we have Quiet Riot 3. Quiet Riot 3. This is also going to be a $15 start. This has the original inner sleeve. It's in shrink wrap with the hype sticker. Quiet Riot, super nice copy. That looks like it's near mint minus. Quiet Riot in shrink wrap with hype. $20 start on that one. All right. What do we have in here? Fleetwood Mac Rumors. The 45 RPM Palace pressing. One of the greatest sounding records you'll ever own. 2 RPM 45, 2 disc, 2 LP 45 RPM pressed at Palace. That is $59.99. The Best of Kiss, Kiss World, $39.99 for Kiss. The Best of Kiss, $39.99. Stevie Ray Vaughan, In Step. That is $38.99 for Stevie Ray Vaughan, In Step, music on vinyl pressing. There's another Fleetwood Mac Palace. Green Day, Dookie, $28.99 for Green Day Dookie, $28.99. King Crimson, In the Court of the Crimson King, 200 gram heavyweight vinyl, $36.99. We've got 3 copies of Tom Petty, Into the Great Wide Open. Into the Great Wide Open, $36.99 for Tom Petty. Crosby, Stills, and Nash, $34.99. Crosby, Stills, and Nash, self-titled album, amazing. Pussifer, Money Shot, $39.99. We've got a couple more, several more. Pink Floyd, Delicate Sound of Thunders, $49.99. The Delicate Sound of Thunder, 2 LP live, Pink Floyd. I highly recommend. The Beatles, Love, is $56.99. And Overkill, Taking Over. Once again, pink marbled vinyl. There's a few more copies, $34.99. Okay, update on our auctions. Quiet Riot, Gary Samuels is at $27 on Quiet Riot. That's going twice, going 3 times. And then Tom Sullivan is at $22 on Europe. Tom Sullivan's at $22 on Europe. So that's going twice, going 3 times, $22 on Europe. And final call, never mind, Kelly Cook's in at $29 on Quiet Riot. So $29 on Quiet Riot, $22 on Europe. The Cramps, Look Mom, No Head, $33.99 on the Cramps, Look Mom, No Head. Iron Maiden, Live After Death, 2 LP live Iron Maiden, $46.99 with the tour book. Carole King, live in concert, live at the BBC, 1971. That's a record store day pressing, $29.99. Carole King in concert, live at the BBC. That is $29.99. Johnny Burnett, Rock and Roll Trio. Johnny Burnett is $29.99. There's a copy of U2's Zeropa, $38.99. Everclear, the very best of Everclear, $33.99. And Genesis BBC Broadcast. Genesis BBC Broadcast, $69.99. Gary Samuels, I need to know very, very quickly if you're in or out on Quiet Riot. I am going to go ahead and sell Tom Sullivan Europe for $22. If you say out, I'm immediately selling that. I'm immediately selling that to Kelly Cook. So please let me know. Okay, nice copy of Rat's first album, which is called Rat. This is going to be a $45 start. This is the original on the Time Coast label. This is a really clean, pretty much near mint minus record from Rat, self-titled, $45 start. About a VG Plus cover. It always shows a little bit of wear. It's hard to find an absolute perfect one of these unless you had one in shrink wrap. That is a $45 start on Rat, self-titled. And we've got Quiet Riot 3 sold to Kelly Cook for $29. Kelly Cook got that for $29. Next auction is going to be Def Leppard. This is 1983 Def Leppard Pyromania. Pyromania. Also, very clean record. This is going to be a $30 start for Def Leppard Pyromania. Super, super nice. Super, super nice. VG Plus cover. Super nice vinyl VG Plus cover. $30 start on that. Let's see here. How much was Carole King, Susan Bell? I was about to say, We got to sell at least one record out of here or I can't continue the show. I think I went through all those and we didn't sell any. So we've got Carole King in concert live at the BBC, 1971, and that is $29.99. $29.99. Carole King live at the BBC. That's with James Taylor too. So Far Away featuring James Taylor. Includes songs from Tapestry. Susan, you absolutely need that in your life. Let's see here. Susan says she'll take it. Joe Willinger wants an Everclear. Now we're on a roll. I was at least going to read through them one more time. We have the Fleetwood Mac Palace pressing, 2LP 45 RPM. Kiss, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Green Day, King Crimson, Tom Petty, Crosby, Stills and Nash, Pussifer, Pink Floyd, The Beatles' Love, Overkill, The Cramps, Iron Maiden, Johnny Burnett, U2, Genesis. Susan got Carole King, Joe Willinger got Everclear. Chris DiLorenzo's at 47 on Rat, and no bids yet on Def Leppard's Pyromania. No bids left on Def Leppard's Pyromania. I'll make that a buy now pretty soon. No one. I got to put up Rough Cuts and what else? Morrissey. I got a couple more auctions over here. We'll probably take a break at 10:30 or maybe a little before. We'll pause for tonight. We've got to take a quick break, eat. I'll get reset for part 2, which means we'll go back through stuff. I'll do half-off bins, and we'll continue with auctions until we run out of stuff or it gets too late, and then I'll continue them tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll have a new batch of stuff. I plan on, if I can get to it, maybe getting in the back. If I can get to the back and show some cassettes tomorrow, I plan on it. But I have 2 bids on Def Leppard. Man, that's another reason. We probably need to reset our feed because we can't see anything. I think we have a problem between Restream. We have a problem between Restream and my feed. So we definitely need to reset that. So we may take a break. I think that's been the problem a little bit tonight on Def Leppard. Oh, no, wait a minute. Maybe that's what DL's for. Hold on a second. Dan Triaga and Craig Rutherford. Maybe I was wrong. Let's first pull Gloria, Crosby, Stills, and Nash. And let me reset on the bids. First, final call, Chris DiLorenzo's at 47 on Rat. I'm about to sell that. If you want to bid on Rat, now's your time. Dan Triaga is at 38 on Def Leppard. Dan has Def Leppard for 38. Craig, you're out at 30. Dan has that for 38. Did you not see my $50 bid on Rat? No, I didn't. Now, yours for sure isn't on here, I don't think. But if you are bidding, bid again. If for some reason I'm not saying your bid and it's not below your bid, then just bid it again. So that way it's back on the screen regardless. You can bid the same thing 3 times, especially if I'm not seeing it. That will help us out tremendously. So yeah, just send it again. So Jeffrey, if you're bidding, now's the time. Okay, he's at 50. There we go. Now we know where we're at on all of our auctions. We got Dan Triaga at 38 on Def Leppard, and we got Jeffrey at 50 on Rat. I'll let that settle for a few seconds. We've got the Lost Boys soundtrack, $44.99. That's on blue vinyl, $44.99 on the Lost Boys soundtrack. The Talking Heads, Chicago, 1978. That is $24.99. Nirvana, Nevermind, $36.99. Smashing Pumpkins, Gish, $39.99. Smashing Pumpkins, Gish. The Zombies, Odyssey and Oracle, $31.99. That's a craft recording. The Zombies. Silverchair, Freak Show, limited to 5,000 on yellow and blued marbled vinyl. Silverchair is $49.99. Blues Traveler, Travelers and Thieves, $49.99. I'm not going to say this is on colored vinyl because I think these hype stickers are messed up and I don't think what's on that hype sticker is actually what's in there. So just assume it's on black vinyl. Aretha Franklin's Greatest Hits, $31.99. We have 2 copies of Silverchair Frog Stomp. Silverchair Frog Stomp is $49.99. Limited to 10,000 on crystal clear vinyl, $49.99. Jeffrey's at 50 on Rat. I need to know, Chris, if you're in or out. No one else has bid on Def Leppard, so that is sold for $38. $38 to Dan Triaga. Dan, you get Def Leppard for $38. Tom Sullivan, you are first on Nirvana. That's sold to Tom Sullivan. Eric Fisher wants Silverchair. He wants a copy of Freak Show. George Ellis, let me know which Silverchair you want. I just sold Freak Show, but I still have Frog Stomp. Blue Train, John Coltrane, $33.99. And Five Finger Death Punch, A Decade of Destruction. That is on Crimson Red Vinyl. That is their Greatest Hits Volume 1. Five Finger Death Punch, $36.99. One copy of the B-52's Whammy. That's a Rhino Start Your Ear Off Right. Limited edition splatter vinyl, $31.99. George Ellis wants Frog Stomp. And Jeffrey Thomas gets Rat for $50. So those are sold and sold. Rat. Now, let's see what I've got in the rough cuts. That's up for bid. I'll put that one other one. We got 2 rough cuts. We do have a Wasp unofficial. Let's run that. Let me put up the rough cuts first. Or rough cut, excuse me. Rough cut. Rough cut wants you. Gold stamp promo. This is Warner Brothers 1986 gold stamp promo. This record looks near mint all the way around. And it has a provocative, somewhat of a provocative cover. That is a $15 start on Rough Cut Wants You, gold stamp promo. That's up for auction. And let's do this Rat unofficial. This is going to be gray swirl vinyl. This is from their let me see what concert this is from. This is from 1987, Inside the Electric Circus Tour. This is going to be a $45 start. It has an obi like it's a Japanese, but it's not. It's probably a Euro. Should be on gray colored looking vinyl. Yeah, gray and black looking silverish splatter vinyl. That's a Wasp for $45 start. And it's from the RPI Fieldhouse, Troy, New York, January 29th, 1987, Inside the Electric Circus. Wasp is a $45 start. Okay. Let's see. Rough Cut 15, Rough Cut 16, Rough Cut 16. Florida Georgia Line's Greatest Hits on Sky Blue Vinyl, $36.99. We have Rhiannon, Good Girl Gone Bad, $36.99. Featuring Umbrella with Jay-Z. Tesla, 5-Man London Jam, 5-Man London Jam. 2 LP on colored vinyl. This is the colored vinyl, $48.99 for Tesla, 5-Man London Jam. Judas Priest, Defenders of the Faith. Judas Priest is $28.99. Defenders of the Faith. Tom Petty Echo. Tom Petty Echo is $29.99. Slipknot, Volume 5, The Gray Chapter, $36.99. That's on limited edition pink vinyl. Slipknot, Volume 3, The Subliminal Verses, purple vinyl, $36.99. We have another Slipknot, which is the end so far, neon yellow vinyl, $38.99. Enough's Enough Tweaked, $29.99. And a live Alice in Chains unofficial, 1990-92. That's on red vinyl, $39.99. Rough Cuts at 21. Final call on Wasp. Tom is at 50 on Wasp. That's a final call. I had Rough Cut 18, Rough Cut 20. Billy Humphrey was first to Tesla. Billy Humphrey, I've got you down for a Tesla. Martin Pryor first on Judas Priest, JP. And James Bragg wants a Silverchair, Frog Stomp. That's sold to James Bragg. And Rough Cuts at 22 of Ted Stevens. Austin Cauldron wants the Alice in Chains live. Final call on the Wasp unofficial. Final call on that one. Dan Triaga wants Enough's Enough. That's sold to Dan Triaga. That was a pretty good crate. Let me read those one more time. No takers on Slipknot. That's weird. There's usually at least one Slipknot album sales when I show 3 or 4 of them. Sorry, my allergies are really setting in. I'm just going to warn everybody, by tomorrow, it may be hard for me to talk. I either feel like A, I'm sick, or B, I'm getting sick. Right, Tanner? I think Tanner's feeling the same way. And me and Tanner is around each other pretty much every day, all day. So I think whatever I'm sick with, he's the same way. So disinfect your records whenever you get them. I'm just joking. Okay, we have the Lost Boys soundtrack, $44.99. That's on blue vinyl. This is a Talking Heads live unofficial. Chicago, 1978. That should be on colored vinyl. $24.99 on Talking Heads. Smashing Pumpkins, Gish. We have 4 of those. We also have Siamese Dream, Melancholy. And that's it. I guess we got 3, and Adore. We have Smashing Pumpkins, Adore. So we have 4 Smashing Pumpkins albums in stock. We need Martin Pryor, a Slipknot Volume 5. Let's sell that to Martin Pryor. Rough Cuts at 23. And the Wasp. I was just about to sell it, but I will give one more final call on it. This is Wasp. Welcome to the Electric Circus live show from 1987. It's a Euro unofficial. It's at $50. And Monica, if you say out, I'm going to sell it. I also have a live Smashing Pumpkins, yes. The Zombies, a classic album. Very difficult to find an OG in good condition. This is Odyssey and the Oracle. $31.99 on Kraft Records. Blues Traveler, $49.99. Aretha Franklin's Greatest Hits. I could listen to this any time of the day in any mood. That Chain of Fools, Say a Little Prayer. You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman. Respect, I Never Loved a Man. You got to have Aretha in your collection. At least something. At least the Greatest Hits. $31.99. Here's a quintessential blues album. Blue Train by John Coltrane, one of the greatest. $33.99. John Coltrane. Lee Morgan's also on there. Paul Chambers on bass. $33.99. Crimson Red Vinyl. That is Five Finger Death Punch. $36.99. The B-52's Whammy. $31.99. Some country for you. Florida Georgia Line. $36.99. Rhiannon is $36.99. And we have Tom Petty Echo, $29.99. Rough Cut, $24.25. Monica's at $24 on Rough Cut. She's out on this, so sell Tom Sullivan Wasp for $50. James Bragg is going to take the John Coltrane. Sell that to James Bragg. Do you ever get any pink in the store? I can order you some. Her very popular album is in print, I think. I probably can grab that if you want me to look into it. Did she say a Siamese Dream? A Melancholy. Monica, Melancholies are $199.99. I sold one last night, and it looks like we've got about 5 left if you want one. Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness is $199.99 if you want one. Just let me know. I've sold the 50 I've got in. That's all I have left. I probably need to go ahead and back order some more. Martin got this one. I have one left. Slipknot, The Gray Chapter, pink vinyl, $36.99. The Subliminal Verses is $36.99. And Slipknot, The End So Far, $38.99. Rough Cut is Devin Reeves at $25. Final call. Devin has Rough Cut for $25. Time for a new auction. That will be Rat, Dancing Undercover. The record is pristine. Cover is VG++. $35 start on Rat, Dancing Undercover. Dancing Undercover. Very, very nice vinyl. $35 start on Dancing Undercover. There's the original sleeve. Nice cover. Rat, Dan Triaga's at $40. And unless she says otherwise, let's go ahead and tag that for Monica Malley. Okay, let me grab a new crate of vinyl. We'll probably stop at 10:30 for tonight. She says, I'll take a Melancholy. I had a feeling that was coming. So y'all know what I have left in the metal stuff. If y'all can come back for part 2, I highly encourage it. It's Friday night. You don't have anything else to do except stay here with us. And we'll be doing a lot of discounted vinyl during part 2 tonight. So lots of vintage discounted. We're spending the rest of this time right now knocking out a few more auctions. I'll probably auction off what's ever left in the crate. We'll try to go back through some old crates and do some discounting. And but I definitely need to eat my soup so my throat feels a lot better. Okay, Monica's back in on Rough Cut. Monica's back in on Rough Cut at 26. Devin, you're out. We're doing the $1 bid deals on this. We could sell a lot faster if y'all jump these bids up like $10 at a time instead of $1. Okay, I do have another Rough Cut. I'm going to put it up as soon as this one ends. Final call on Rat at $40. We have Korn, Follow the Leader. Korn, Follow the Leader is $33.99. Follow the Leader. We have Leonard Skinner live at Nebworth. That's the only other Leonard Skinner in stock I think I have on new vinyl. That is Leonard Skinner Nebworth. That is $49.99 live at Nebworth. That includes the DVD. You can watch it too. You can listen and watch. I guess if you time it just right, you can put on the DVD and start the LP at the same time until you have to change a side, and then you pause the DVD, and then you go flip the record, and you can listen to it on vinyl while you watch it on DVD. That is $49.99, Leonard Skinner to Nebworth. Obituary, Slowly We Rot, $48.99 for Obituary, Slowly We Rot, $48.99. Man-O-War, Fighting the World, Man-O-War is $44.99, limited edition 1500 on yellow colored vinyl. Okay, Devon's at $27 on rough cut. That's sold to Devon for $27. Rat is sold to Dan Triaga for $40. We have Tom Sullivan on Nebworth and Man-O-War. Nebworth and Man-O-War to Tom Sullivan. Those two auctions are sold. Let me put up two more. I've got another rough cut. And let's do rough cut. That rat was sold very quickly, but no one else bid. And I've got a Night Ranger. Night Ranger, Loudness, Axe, Heaven. Let's do this other Europe. Richard has a note on here. Not easy to find, and Richard knows his metal records. So let's put these two up for bids. First is the rough cut. This is Warner Brothers, $15 start. $15 start. Very clean vinyl. Very nice looking. Rough cut. This one's called self-titled. Yeah, I guess this one's self-titled. It has a little bit of a spine crackle going on right there. Vinyl looked very nice. That's a $15 start. The Europe album is pristine. It does have a hole punch. It's in shrink wrap. 1989 Epic Hot Records. And he has Not Easy to Find. I don't think I've had this one myself. Europe is a $35 start. $35 start. Is this self-titled? Yeah, I guess Europe self-titled. 1989. That looks pristine. Has a little bit of a crease right here in the corner. This right here got creased. I think some of these got dinged on their way from Texas, unfortunately. That's okay. They're not too bad, but I think some of those did get a little bit of a corner ding. And that's a $30 start. Did I miss any other claims? I don't think so. We have Overkill, the Electric Age Deluxe Edition, $29.99. First time on vinyl, 180 gram neon green vinyl, $29.99. Rough Cuts at $20, Europe's at $30. Bush, their new album, The Art of Survival, on white vinyl, 32-page book, $36.99 on white vinyl. Bush. Korn, Follow the Leader. Wasn't that the first record in here? It is. Korn, Follow the Leader. We have two of those, $33.99. There's the rest of the Alice in Chains Live, 1990, 1992. Let's see what they're doing. It Ain't Like That, great song. Man in the Box, great song. Sea of Sorrow, great song. Real Thing, great song. Bleed the Freak, fantastic song. Put You Down, great song. Sunshine, great song. We Die Young, great song. Sick Man, great. Just one song. Wood is on here. Sea of Sorrow. Wow. Fantastic stuff there. 10 years after, this is the newest music on vinyl. First time ever on vinyl. A Sting in the Tail. Limited edition, 500 copies on silver vinyl, $38.99. We have Europe at $30. Final call. I think I said a $35 start on that, but Tom, I'll take $30 for right now. Rough Cut 25. Rough Cut 25. Tom Sullivan, Overkill. Rough Cut 21. Tom Sullivan, Alice in Chains. And just waiting for a jar of flies. Those won't be in any crates. Those will be put up for auction. You won't see a jar of flies just laying around in a crate. Dusty Springfield, Dusty in Memphis, $69.99. That's pressed at QRP, 2LP, 45 RPM. This one's actually shrink wrap sealed, which is weird for their records. for $69.99. There's Pearl Jam Unplugged. That is red vinyl, $39.99. So final call on Europe and final call on Rough Cut. Tom Sullivan has high bid on both, and he says he plans on getting divorced on Monday when his invoice comes in. That's okay. These records are limited. You can't get these records. You know, you better just go ahead and get these, and the divorce is okay. Europe is 32. We have Europe now at 32. Soul Asylum, Grave Dancers Union, 30th anniversary of 5,000 copies on black and gold marbled vinyl, $38.99 for Soul Asylum, Grave Dancers Union, 30th anniversary. We have that available. Tom Petty, Full Moon Fever, classic album alert, $36.99. If you want to chill with Alan Jackson, this is the Essential Hits collection. The greatest hits collection from Alan Jackson, $36.99. What a legend. Rolling Stones, Voodoo Lounge, $49.99. And we have Beck, Sea Change. I can't believe that's still laying around. $44.99. $44.99. All right, I'm going to let Europe go a few more minutes because Clay has bid and Tom's out. And then I guess a final call on Rough Cut too. Gary Samuels is at 21. So Tom, you are out on both of those. So let me know on that. The Black Crows. We've been selling a lot of lives for this week. Here's the actual studio album of Shake Your Moneymaker, 30th anniversary pressing. I feel like I've sold enough. Everybody should have one. I'm sure somebody watching doesn't, and you need one. These are $33.99. I could listen to that on repeat. $33.99, Black Crows. Blue Oyster Cult, live at Rock of Ages Festival, July 30th, 2016. $36.99. And the Stray Cats Greatest Hits. The Stray Cats Greatest Hits, $29.99. Sea Change is one of Beck's best albums. That's what I'm hearing, Craig. Where is Europe? Europe is at $32, Clay, or Tom. Clay Moore has it for $32. If you're out, I'm selling it. If you bid, we're going to keep it rolling for a few more seconds. Let's go ahead and sell Rough Cut to Gary Samuels for $21. We're going to sell George Ellis a Black Crows, and Craig will hopefully very quickly get us that track list on Beck. Craig, let me know if you can't. I'll read those off. Dang it, Craig, I got a tattoo in my arm. Mail Craig his record. Craig Weatherford, I do not have that album in stock right now, but that's a good reminder for me to order them. If you want me to put you down on a waiting list, they will be in next week, which means you'll get an invoice for it the following Monday, if that's okay. Okay, so here's what's left in here. Obituary, Slowly We Rot, $48.99. Man of War was $44.99. Overkill, that's on green vinyl, $29.99. Bush is $36.99. Clay Moore, you're out on Europe. Let me know if you're officially out. If so, I'm going to go ahead and wrap that one up. Korn, Follow the Leader, $33.99. Alice in Chains, $39.99. 10 Years After, $38.99. Dusty Springfield, $69.99. Pearl Jam, $39.99. Soul Asylum, $38.99. Can't believe those still laying around. Tom Petty, $36.99. Alan Jackson, $36.99. And here's the only other two Black Crowes albums we have in stock. 1972 is $28.99, and the Black Crowes Crowology is $74.99. The bid on Europe is $74. Beck is $44.99. Sea Changes. Gloria, there's the track listing. The Black Crowes is $33.99. We have Blue Oyster Cult, $36.99. And the Stray Cats Greatest Hits, $29.99. James Bragg wants the Beck. That's sold to James Bragg. There's the other two Black Crowes we have. This one's a 10th anniversary gold vinyl, $74.99. And the Black Crowes 72 is $28.99. So $74 and $28.99 on those two Black Crowes albums. Anybody else? I need to be in the feed, but we're right in the middle of an auction. I'm waiting for somebody to make a move. So while they're thinking on that, We're going to take a break for about 30 minutes. It's 10:30 Central Time here in Lebanon, Tennessee. We're going to be back in about 35 minutes for part 2. I've got about this many records left in that metal bin, hair metal bin we've been selling out of. So that is where we're going to resume, and then we'll go through some half-off vintage and on-sale crates and some new vinyl recap. Okay, Michael Nath gets a Black Crow 72. Claymore said 74 from 32. I have no idea what that means. The high bid is 34 on... I've pulled out a Rolling Stones instead of a Beck. I did. I gave you the wrong album, Tanner. James Bragg, I gave him Voodoo Lounge. He needs a sea change. Tanner had that on his bar stool. He knew what I goofed up on already. Tanner's watching. Don't worry. Don't worry on that. Okay. Who needs Crowology? Okay. We're going to say that's sold to Tom Sullivan until I figure out. Never mind. Claymore's at 35. Claymore and Tom Sullivan, we'll have to resume that auction when we come back for part 2. I hope y'all can tune in. If not, we'll have to finish it then. But it's going to take another 15 minutes to sell this record. So we'll be back in 30 minutes. Tom, if you want to bid again, you have to do it in 30 minutes. And we'll do half-off records, on-sale vintage, go through new vinyl, go through stuff that didn't sell. That's what we'll do in 30 minutes. Okay.